Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I just broke everyone and then sent us live.
This is why we cannot honor the request our patrons had to open up a pre-conversation recording.
We're degenerates.
Yeah, the world can never know what happens.
No one can know.
They must never witness the shit.
Release the tapes.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that's exclusive to the $80 level.
Yeah, $50 million level.
Man.
You just have to sign a
$69
contract saying you won't sue us.
All right, y'all. So that is exactly what I was going to bring up, Ancient Edie, after I said, welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Starfound, an actual play podcast of the fantastic role-playing game Starfinder by Paizo. I'm Miles Duffield, and I am your GM for this evening, and this is my catchphrase. You can blame this lovely shirt on the Magic Llama down there in the corner.
It's his birthday gift.
It's my birthday gift. It's way early, but it's so...
It's really early.
It's early, but it's also... But a wizard arrives exactly when he means to. So there that is.
Is your shirt
I'm
a
actually
wizard?
gonna design some.
My shirt is a wizard.
Oh, shit.
Go for that coffee, Chiron, while we continue to ramble. You've heard it 100 times. So I'm going to be GMing these fools tonight. Fools, heroes, adventurers, helpless sops, whatever you want to call them. And I'm so very happy to be here. And you can find me 3 days a week over on twitch.tv/geeksforgood, streaming my own insane madness. So go tell me how much you love me there. All right. I'm not a Leo or anything.
Not lying.
Oh, we just batting 1,000 right out the gate. Hi, everybody. My name is Ann Richmond, a.k.a. Hearthsinger, the head bard in charge right here on this channel, where you can find me several days a week doing all sorts of madness. But tonight, for your viewing pleasure, I am Amaruk Yuka, the First Claw, a Solarian who... Wait, no, I messed up my poem. Go back.
Go back. Take it back. Take it back.
Turn back the tapes. Okay. I'm ready. I'm not ready. I am Amaruk Yuka, the Solarian who'll nuke you. Block a bow to your queen, boo, and give me that. Woo! Nailed it. Never had one lesson.
Nailed it.
One take in.
12 takes, Richmond.
I also cannot deal with these intrusive thoughts. So instead, hello, I'm Dexter Warren, Internet. I'm Dexter Warren. Hello, Internet. I'm on TikTok as Afro Sundere. We're almost at 1,500 something. We're living. But tonight I play Jabberwocky, Skittermander Technomancer, spreading heart, smile, and robots.
Yeah.
Amazing.
My turn.
We do. It's the same every week.
No, it's not. Parker and I randomly switch.
Okay, that's on me for not paying attention.
But I feel like I usually go last.
But now you're just playing chicken.
Oh yeah, I'll go. Whatever. Hi, my name is Parker Wallace. I have a YouTube channel now. I'm gonna put that in the thing. I'm an actor, singer, songwriter, performing artist. And on this podcast and stream, I play Caster9, an android mechanic and operative who pilots the Kingfisher and has a taste for high fashion. Happy to be of service.
Fresh and new. I love it.
Love it.
Yeah,
fresh.
Friggity fresh.
Fresh.
Hello everyone, I am Helena, also known as the Magic Llama of the Magic Llama Mood on the internet. You can follow me at the Magic Llama Mood on Instagram, TikTok, and then follow me on Facebook. I have a new video going out at 12 p.m. Eastern every Friday. And tonight, I am playing your favorite four-armed friend, Gilleskia, who definitely got kicked out of senior year housing for blowing up one too many peep in the microwave.
One too many.
One too many peep.
They have a 10 peep limit, and she crossed it.
I did.
Man.
Oh boy, did I. And housing is weird on Casterville. It gets weird.
Why is that?
Well, it's most of the more affordable houses are older. However, as some of you may know, the swarm was around Castrovel, and well, when
Cloudy
you're a
with a
hive
chance
mind,
of swarm.
yeah, when you're part of a hive mind, communal housing is a must. So it's really hard to find a tiny little studio apartment that is in your price range.
There you have it. All right.
Oh.
So
Before we go on,
exactly
right?
where I was gonna go.
Is
Yeah,
this that time?
that is that time.
Okay, great. We're on like episode 30 something, and we're
Still figuring it out.
almost know how to intro the show. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So, if you want to know more about us or what we do, you can head to patreon.com/starfoundpod. I'll throw it in the chat right
Yes.
now.
We hit.
You should know that everything on our Patreon right now is free to consume. Every single thing, all the behind the scenes posts, all the backstory posts, all of the polls that allow you to interact with our tale and have a real effect on the story being told tonight and every night prior and every Thursday night in continuity. And you should keep in mind that is a privilege that may not always exist. So take advantage of it now, because you never know when the paywall may rise up once more. Now, the other thing you should know is that 2 weeks from now, so next week, there will be a normal Starfound game as scheduled, unless there's something we don't know about yet, like the end of the world, which, given the way things are going, maybe. But hopefully, everything goes well next week. And then the following week, the week of the 13th, Thursday the 13th, we will have a special one night only one shot featuring GM Helena Anderson.
What's
Um,
Get llamaed.
Yeah. Sure. Been there, done that. But get excited for that. More details forthcoming, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up that is what will
All
be
right.
happening that evening.
Do we want to tell what we're thinking about streaming? About the game?
Well, I was gonna let Helena kind of nail that down a little bit more, unless you are absolutely ready to say right now, Helena. In which case, that's up to you.
Okay. People in chat, you're here. Maybe you can help me decide. I am between two very similar, yet oh so very different tabletop RPGs. One being the seminal classic Call of Cthulhu, and the other one being this wonderful indie game called Call of Cthulhu, as in like, meow, rah. So, what are y'all feeling? Do you want to go the more classic Call of Cthulhu style, or do you want to like get feline and eldritch at the same time?
Yeah. You can let us
me know
know
what you think.
on our Discord, which you should absolutely join if you're not there. You can find people to play games with and find other awesome community stuff, but you can also find all of us on there in the Starfound section. So let us know. All right, Miles.
All right.
Take it away, DM Daddy.
So.
He doesn't even
right
react anymore.
I've taken it back.
Are you clapping? Or is that later?
I should clap. You're right. So last time, as we wrapped up, you had just busted into this a room that was covered in various different hard light screens all over, and there was a large projector at the far side, right? And a bunch of kind of confused-looking tech geeks standing around looking scared at their terminals of you all as you rushed in with your horde of Vlaka behind you. And up from down below came this human with these large glasses who kind of accosted you. And the last thing that happened was that Amaruk demanded them tell you something. Amaruk, what did you demand?
I said, start talking or I'ma start killing. No, I didn't say it like that, but I basically said, I said, the time to start telling us what the hell is going on is now. Sorry.
What was that?
It was the
It's
cow
just a because I went
Count
really Russian by accident, so I was
Okay.
making fun of myself.
So this guy who's these large glasses on, and he's dressed fairly well, but has kind of an almost out of place lab coat kind of hanging. No, I take that back. He's dressed very well and has like his shirt a little bit unbuttoned, and his hair is like a little crazy, almost like intentionally crazy. His hands like a little bit too high up. Says well, yeah, absolutely. Can we, agree to drop our, like, maybe lower our weapons? It's making me and, everyone very nervous.
Castor's gonna holster his
Yeah.
sonic pistol.
She says, "I will put my weapon away as soon as you stop whatever it is that is killing my people.
Okay,
Touch the buttons. I don't know what you need to do."
It's a little bit of a process. Maybe. Okay. We should talk about this though, because there might be consequences for just like tapping some buttons in here. It's a very complicated, delicate thing.
Well,
Yes,
how do we know?
but
How do we know how complicated it is if you're not going to tell us?
I'm trying to, but it's hard to talk when you're threatening us.
She just stands there. She says, "I'm not hurting you, but I can't guarantee that's going to last if you do not begin your process."
Okay. Well, I'm gonna sit down. Can we sit down? Yeah. Everybody,
Yeah, you can
sit
down.
down.
That's fine.
Sit down. And all the techs kind of like nervously begin to sit down and sit cross-legged, and he kind of like keeps his arms up a little bit, right by his face, clearly trying to look like non-threatening. And he says, "Well, how much of the facility have you seen? Where have you been?"
you are holding a creature hostage, and we would like her release, or his release, or their release. Gender is a construct, and we're in outer space.
Yeah,
too.
there is probably best. It depends on, they appear as what they need to appear as to get what they need. It's a
Brilliant.
very, very,
We love it.
yeah, absolutely. I don't really love that thing in there. He like points with his held up hands. But
What are they?
well, it's a devil. It's an archdevil of sorts.
Devil.
Hmm.
Like arch in front of devil.
Yeah.
What are you doing with an archdevil?
To be more specific, it's the parts of the archdevil that we wanted to keep.
Ew.
Um, we're studying it. Or not really studying it, we're studying the way that its contract works. Or rather, studying the ways to subvert its contract using science.
Tell me about this contract.
Well, okay, so we brought the devil here, right? Using traditional ancient methods, a summoning circle, a binding ritual, right? And brought the devil here, and then we negotiated a contract, right? We exchanged some souls for a thing, right?
Whose souls?
I never got their names. I mean, it wasn't really important at the time.
No, because that makes it better.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just what happened.
Mm-hmm.
He like looks around at all of you, nervously, and kind of clears his throat awkwardly and says, "Well, yeah. So we brought it here and made a contract, and then."
And what were the terms?
It's a long document that's supposed to span couple thousand years that has to do with control and ownership of this moon and a bunch of other stuff inside of it. But then here's where it gets interesting. And you, little guy, pointing at Jabby's like, I think you're gonna find this really cool. Then we threw an intention reversal matrix. He twists his hands to the side on top of the devil and the contract, which then changed the way that the contract worked, and in fact changes the way that space and time in relation to the devil works. So part of the devil was torn away back to whatever terrible hell they come from, and the rest of it stayed here and was here just to carry out our bidding.
Which was?
Well, make the little worm things and infest the planet. Moon.
You are aware there are people living on this planet, yes?
Oh, well, when we started, there weren't.
Yes, there were.
Well, there were not your people.
I'm
here.
not talking about my people. I'm talking about people who have a right to life.
The pirates who take other people's lives on a regular basis have a right to life?
Who are you working for?
Honestly, I don't know.
There were also those bear people.
It's good work
So-
if you can get it. Bear people? Oh, yeah, the bear people, they came a little... Yeah, they were here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
They were here. Yeah.
Yeah. Gimbal, just keep an eye on him, and while they're talking, I would love to just go through whatever documents they were looking at, because they wouldn't have had time to close it, I imagine.
Absolutely.
I'd just love to make some copies, download some stuff.
Yes,
skim
Caster?
through.
And Castor's gonna make some notes on his data pad. I'm like, okay, charges, genocide.
Amazing!
Yeah.
Ia is gonna take her dueling sword. So she's sat down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining like when everybody else is sitting down, she sat down because like baby mummy is a little heavy, even though it's mostly a husk.
Ugh.
She's not very strong. But then when like as he was speaking, she's like slowly standing up, and when he says, well, not your people, she like draws her sword, and I want her to advance towards him with like the point like directly at his throat.
Whoa!
Ew.
Stop the small thing. Stop the small one with the sword, please.
So Amaruk sees this and she goes, oh, well, I could, but I don't know. She's just so very fearsome. Like,
I just have
And
a question.
she just backs up Kia, yeah.
No.
Tell me how to let that creature go,
If
or else I kill you in front of all your subordinates.
if you do, it has a right to claim the entire world.
It has something of ours.
Oh, okay.
Does it?
Maybe you just kill it. That'll make the worm stop.
You can make the worm stop.
I can't make the worm stop unless I kill it. The worms are governed by the contract, which is governed by the contract by the matrix reversal, which is partially owned by... It's a complicated situation. And I'm not entirely sure about how it works, which is why we're doing this.
I need a fast solution. Every moment that passes, my people are suffering and dying because of what you've decided to do here.
Kill the beast.
Okay. Well, to do so, you're gonna have to let down that force field.
I can let down the force field that keeps it there. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page about keeping the intention reversal matrix up.
explain? Can you, for somebody that deals with creatures and organic matter, could you explain a little bit about the physical form this matrix is taking? How is it holding that creature there?
So it's not. There's a force field on top of it, which is binding the thing there. It's actually not so much of a force field. It's a closer to a magic circle, right? But I can absolutely dispel that very quickly, and then you can get into it. It'll be able to fight back though.
Certainly.
Okay.
Uh,
What was that, Parker?
Why I stopped working at luxury liners, I always end up being the janitor.
Were you gonna say something, Dex?
yeah, I'd love to say telepathically just to our group. So what are we feeling? Because they said kill the monster, and we're looking at him. So I feel like, what if we play along, release it, and then say, hey, we freed you, take this dude and go? Maybe.
Wondering if he actually has the first claw, or they have the first claw.
Oh God. Sorry.
We need a space lawyer, honestly.
Yeah. She says back to you telepathically. Contracts are tricky.
Yeah.
We don't know whether this creature, whether they have named a second back in hell. We don't know if the rights to their ownership transfer. The only thing I think we have at our disposal is to create a new superimposing contract.
And Kia bangs her head on the nearest table.
Yeah. Yeah, and seeing this and like the there's no preamble to this for the lab tech.
Yeah.
She goes, "See, she's out of control. I really can't control her." Because she's just like,
Whoa!
We're talking telepathy, and she just goes, boom.
yeah, exactly. Just like out of nowhere.
Look, if you need more convincing, look, we were only going to. There was only a degree of biomatter on the planet that we were trying to experiment with, and then it would be over. But this thing has twisted underneath the contract. It's a devil, right? It understands the contract and understands how to undo it, and it's been creating these little flash portals that have been literally terraforming your world into
Yes, we've seen it.
hell. Yes, exactly. You've seen it. What you haven't seen is that it's also been bringing more devils through.
Oh, we know
Right,
about
like
that
the
as well.
bearded boy. Yes.
A bearded boy. For sure.
The bearded devil. Bearded devil.
Absolutely. Yes, the bearded devil.
All right. And there was a technomantic devil as well that
Cyber devil.
tried to get inside of our friend.
Lycy. I know what they are. Yeah, they're nasty pieces of work.
Yeah. So why don't we bring you with us, and we'll go have a chat with your captive?
His face, he like desperately
Yeah.
tries to come up with a good reason to not go.
I say, well, Kia, we could also, leave the good people here with their under guard, and she like motions to the Vlaka.
Mhm.
Wait,
I'm sure.
good. Who are you referring to in this situation? I'm so sorry.
I was mostly saying it as a good people. Like, I don't actually think he's good. Obviously, he's kind of a dick.
Which is why we should bring him.
Right.
I'm
I
just
just
saying.
kind of want to have our own conversation with this thing.
Okay, but eventually I would love to hear the way they converse, since they
Sure.
are business partners at this point.
Oh, I
Sure.
didn't do any of the personal conversing. I'm just an observer.
So
Then
you're not
who-
written into the contract?
No.
Who's written into the contract?
The people whose souls the devil took.
And were they your superiors, co-workers, friends?
No, the company called them assets.
Hmm.
I mean, a dark business, but you got to do dark things to find out the real lessons about the universe. Am I right?
You're not wrong, but
Don't-
you're torturing creatures.
Don't try to
You realize.
justify this nonsense to me.
All right.
DM, am I getting anything on this information? Because I would love to download
we
some
need
stuff.
to
Because
talk to
oh
Jabby before we make
boy,
a move here.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what are you trying to download out of curiosity?
I'm trying to find everything I can about this contract, also that force field, but mostly the contract.
Nothing about the contract.
Cool.
You find a bunch of statistics on how, like, what the devil is physically doing, what the Matrix is doing in terms of like intention and binding this devil to action, right?
Yeah.
And also like all the vital statistics about the creature as well. You know what? Roll me a computers check, my Jabby.
I would happily do that because I would
My
love to try and
Jabbermino.
make a
Mhm.
copy of all of this on my files. Computers is a 27.
27. Heck yeah. So you do find out that this thing, in addition to creating the worm-like creatures, right, with the tentacles, it also secretes a large amount of acid.
Yum.
And it seems like it's been put in such a large room because it has large amount of reach.
Hmm.
Ooh, okay.
It also seems like this is not the first room that it's been put inside of, and it doesn't seem like killing security guards is restricted by the contract at all.
Good to know. Yikes. Man.
As far as the force field, you can turn off whatever you would like.
I relay the information to the rest of the group that if we like, I can turn the force field off right now. Or just whenever we're feeling it.
We need to talk about the claw with the creature, but we need
Yes.
to make sure that it can actually speak. So,
It should be able to speak if you disable the force field.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right. So let's.
Excuse me. Great. So.
So Amaruk is gonna start heading back down the hallway
Mhm.
towards the creature.
Yeah.
Same.
And she's gonna say to Kia, "All right, we're going to have to think really quickly when we get in there. So, I think it's necessary that we know what our priorities are. Priorities are stopping what's happening on the planet, and getting the claw back if possible.
Yes.
But if we can only do one of those things, then the safety of the people who live here is always going to be the most important thing."
Great. Is
Um,
everyone going to the room?
I am debating whether to take 10 minutes and spend a resolve point to rest, or to...
That's the thing that you guys could do before you go in there.
Yeah.
We would
let's
have
do that.
time. Okay.
Yeah.
10
You've
minute-
been standing around.
Rest and resolve while you just stare this scientist down and he asks awkward questions. The other thing that you discover while you're like hanging out in this room is that I haven't made it out on the Foundry, but there's a large kind of annex off to the side that has like a pool table and a foosball table and several like fairly
That's
luxury
Nice,
suites.
Miles.
I love that so much.
Dang.
Woof.
Get wrecked, I guess.
Mad. She's really mad about foosball. God.
Oh man.
It's stocked with like energy drinks and snacks and all the coffee and like a full service replicator for like all your food needs, right? A bunch of video games and movies and like a little private movie theater. And enough like bunks to fit all of the scientists, but none of the security staff.
Every video game that's not tied down, I'm taking it.
Okay.
Just because he needs a win today.
Great.
Boy.
You can
Yep.
write that down on your character sheet, Jabby.
I will.
I
will.
freaking will.
Yeah.
Right.
Great. So that everyone done their short rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Short rest. That's done.
We
All right.
out here.
And you're sending
so-
you're keeping the Vlaka in the control room.
Yeah, because I don't want these lab technicians to disappear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't think they are cut out for whatever this is going to be.
I hear that.
Yeah, I guess what I'll say to them is I want to be very clear to them about what's happening.
Mhm.
I think this is fair. Yeah, so
Mhm.
she kind of like takes a minute during this rest period to say, listen, I won't lie, you all came here knowing what was at stake, but you've heard what they have to say about what is going on. And she explains about the stuff that Jabby, filled them in on.
Mhm.
And she says, if you, those of you with weapons, and she points to the ones with guns, are willing to come and to help us, it could be helpful, but you may be laying down your lives. And so I'm not going to ask you to do that unless it's something that you feel you need to do as Vlaka, as Yuka.
They're with you.
Okay. And so she says, great. Then the two of you with guns, you come with me. The rest of you, how many security staff do we think it would take to hold down this lab? I guess that's the question.
What do you mean? Do you mean Vlaka or security staff?
So how many Vlaka would it take to hold down this lab?
The 7 that you have provided will hopefully be enough, but you only have 9 at your disposal.
Right.
Right?
And 2 we want to take with us.
There are
I'm
1, 2,
also-
3, 4, 5,
yeah.
6, 7, 8 people in this lab currently.
Okay. So before we leave, we take away any weapons that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give those weapons to the Vlaka, even though they're like, we don't need them. I'm like, fucking take the weapon.
Yeah. I also leave
I-
Gimbal
right.
there to give air support in
Mhm.
case anybody tries anything.
Noted.
Specifically looking at the head dude.
Noted.
Cool.
All
Great.
right.
And so we'll take 2 of them with us. The rest of them will stay
Great.
to hold down the lab.
Great. You got it. Lab
Uh,
is held down.
Great.
And I say to the group, so just to put this out there, we had a lot of difficulty with Zappy Butt, and this is a whole arch devil. So
Zappy butt?
the guy who jumped in jumped in the caster, and then we had that whole thing
Oh,
where he just
sure.
suddenly attacked us for no reason on top of a volcano, which is really bad.
Well,
And then
not really for no reason. We tried to
Well,
stop him from getting
well.
what he wanted.
we all remember things differently. And well, I'm just saying if it comes to maybe we can speed this thing and get it out versus the dude, I don't know. I'm just exercising caution, I think would be good.
Sure. I agree. Okay. Well,
The thumbs are up, everybody.
So,
yeah.
All
when
12
we
of
get
them.
in there- when we get in there, Kia, I think, is gonna take the lead. She's gonna look to Amaruk and be like, "May I?" I mean, she's not gonna say that, but with her eyes.
Mother,
Yeah,
may
she's-
I?
Yeah, she says you were right, Kia. And if we hadn't asked when you wanted to, we wouldn't have known. But I just want you to understand the weight of what leadership means as you negotiate with this creature. Because it's a lot more than just us. This is a contract that goes back however many years and could go on forever. So I'm sorry. I shouldn't assume that you don't already think about those things. I'm scared.
That's fair. That's fair. But I have a way with talking. And
I know you do. Uh,
she approaches the creature.
Yeah, so as you guys come into this room, right, the force field has been deactivated and this thing's like kind of lashing around back and forth and down from it's like kind of bulbous forward head kind of descends and then flops open. Like the back of it kind of extends open, almost like almost like a chest opening, right?
Oh boy.
Wow.
And out of it comes a woman's face that is extended on this long, just basically a spinal cord that's thinly covered with skin.
Wow.
I have never made Dex more uncomfortable.
This is like a yokai and a half, my dude.
yeah.
like a blood-starved beast too much.
It's pretty out there.
More like a yeet kai, if I'm honest.
Oh man.
And this face kind of blinks as like little bits of wet goo fall off of it, and opens its eyes, which are this beautiful shade of like turquoise blue.
Oh.
And it says, "You came, but you didn't stop it. I had
How do
hoped
we stop it?
you didn't turn it off. Well, you turned off half of it."
Caster's gonna press his technopathy node and send it to everyone's data pads. The Matrix. She wants to turn off the Matrix.
Yeah.
Can we turn it off? Jabby, can we turn it off?
Yeah,
Uh,
you can.
I can. Oh.
Oh, yeah. I
If
told you
we-
guys that you could turn it off.
Oh,
but
I
we
thought it was
had-
just
Yeah.
the.
We
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a long conversation with the guy about reasons why you shouldn't turn it
Yeah,
off,
yeah, yeah.
according to
Oh.
him.
So before this happens, she says, "We were told that if we turn it off, that your contract states that you would own everything here in perpetuity for forever."
You talk to him.
Well,
He's awful.
He is. He's terrible. He's bad. And then you know that I'm bad too. He's almost
well, yes.
as bad as me, but he's not nearly as clever. Wouldn't you rather be my friend?
Oh, you said the F word. Now I feel bad. Oh.
Meanwhile, you're
the
like,
F
he said the
word.
F word, and she's like, "Fuck." She says there's a difference between friends and business associates, right?
Right.
So with the Matrix off, what do you offer us? Or will you continue to colonize this world?
The claw. Your
So
claw, Amaruk. The
Show
thing.
me that you have it.
All right. And out of the ceiling kind of trickles this blue goo, which forms on the ground into the devil that you encountered, and that flung you into the volcano,
Yeah.
who holds it up and passes it back to her, and it floats gently around your head, spinning, and like becomes covered in darkness in this strange mockery of your use of it. And she says, "Your claw that connects you to your god and your people and your ancestry."
People whose ancestors fought so that they could live here. People whose allies fight actively so that they can live here. You are saying that by taking this claw, I give up our world. the world we are making here.
Maybe we could come to a compromise once you break the bindings on me.
What does that even look like?
You have the bones of the saint.
Yes.
Ooze. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, dearie me.
Yeah.
Those damn bones!
Those pesky little bones.
Do you want them? Do you
out-
want those bones?
Out of character, what did we do? Are we still holding on to those, or did we
We
put them on
we
the
have
space
them.
station like I was
We have
hoping, or not?
No,
Or
you
did we?
guys
Did we do
not
that?
Okay,
no.
we didn't. Okay,
Yeah, no, we
cool.
did not do
Great,
that.
good to know. Cool.
I don't
Cool,
believe so.
cool.
I didn't write it, so
no,
that's not a bad.
no.
No, he
Um,
tried to take them into the volcano, right?
Yeah,
You
and we were
stopped
like, no.
him from taking them, and then this happened.
So what is the compromise? Tell me.
We'll deal after you free me.
No. This is not how it works.
This
What?
is how it works. I have something you want.
And so do we.
Exactly. Exactly. This is a good trade. The next trade could be good too.
It could be, but without the leverage of the reverse intention matrix, where would that leave us? You got to put yourself in my shoes.
So
you
why
know, a
don't
little
no
empathy.
don't we have the bones, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have the bones. If we let down the matrix, it doesn't mean that they have everything. They just have one thing. Which means we still have a bargaining chip.
That's true.
If the first agreement is we let the matrix down and you give me the claw,
You can let the
Fine.
matrix down without the bones?
I don't. Oh, okay. Well, that's
No,
not
you
what I expected.
you can. There's
Can.
an off
Oh.
there's an off switch that Jabby has found.
Yeah.
What did you make? You made a computers check, right, Jabby?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I
27.
can't remember what the total was. Okay, cool.
27.
Cool.
Yeah.
Parker, would you make a computers check as well?
Oh yeah, sure. Boo-doo-doo-doo, Caster 9, Caster 9.
It's his theme song as he transforms and holds the keyboard.
And rolls a 5.
A 21 still though.
21 still
Amazing.
though. Yeah.
Starfinder.
Yeah, there's an off switch. You can confirm. Can confirm.
So, where do we
Go
currently
ahead.
have the bones, though? Are they on
The
us? Or are
last-
they in the ship still?
The
or-
last person who had them was you, Jabby. I handed them to you
Uh,
when I jumped off.
Oh, I don't like that.
All right, y'all. This doesn't
Okay,
work if you
let's-
guys
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
bring
yeah.
the thing that they wanted
say we
and
have it.
told
Yeah, we
you to
have 'em.
bring.
Yeah.
I-
Oh, that's right. They did ask for them. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
So you
Wonderful.
have
So,
the bones.
yes,
No,
we
Yeah.
Got the bones.
in no
Great.
world would these characters have left
Yeah.
those things behind.
We're in the bone zone. Yes.
Yeah, we're in the bone
Yeah.
zone. Okay, you have them.
Great. Yes. Yeah. hmm
Okay. So Fudge. She's gonna look at Kia, and she says, "What do you think?"
I think we let the Matrix down and we do the trade.
Or, if you don't mind me, Amaruk, it seems as though they want 2 things from us, which means that we could possibly get 2 things back. Am I right?
All right. So yes. So
I
Oh,
thought
go-
the two things were one, we let the shield down, and then they stop killing everybody up top on
Well-
accident, and then we give the bones, and we get the.
I don't need
Wow.
the bones if you can let it down without them.
oh
Oh.
no, we definitely need the bones to let it down, she says.
Yeah.
We're not smart. I'm not smart. She's not gonna lie to this thing. She's not gonna start now.
Start now.
Yeah, if this she's come this far. She says, so what you're saying is we let this thing down and you still get the terms of your contract. We have no way to adjust that agreement? Or you're saying we have to see what happens after we get the claw back?
No. You let it down, and then, well, in exchange for letting down this thing, I'll give you the claw back, whether you do it with the bones or without the bones. Now,
laughs
after
to herself.
that, if you want to talk about the future of your planet, we can.
Amaruk, that sounds like the best deal we have at this point. Obviously, this is a very, very smart individual who wants to honor their contract.
Also, there are a lot of people dying right now.
Yeah.
Probably. So.
Exactly. So we
She-
should move with haste.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
Yeah, she she says we should move with haste. And the fact is, with this creature here, more people will die no matter what deal we make. And she summons the Prime Claw.
What does that mean?
Or not the Prime Claw, she summons her Solarian weapon.
Are we rolling for initiative?
It
Yeah.
sounds like we are.
No!
That's what she wants to do.
Oh no, Helena! Do you need to have a conversation about this? Because I'm hearing some. I'm hearing some
I'm so
Eve joining
confused,
us.
though.
I'm
I
also
thought we
very
decided
confused.
to do that deal.
Well, the deal includes another deal, which Amaruk does not feel they are smart enough to to outwit in contract form a horrifying creature from the Beyond Lands, whose entire purpose in life is to do deals.
But there is a certain servitude situation when it comes to hellish creatures. We have done them a solid. They're doing us a sort of solid.
Yeah,
They
so
have
that's
to do
the
us
only
more
deal there
solid.
is.
No, there is room.
I mean, then tell Amaruk to stop and do
That-
something.
I will. I'll say.
Yeah.
Amaruk. It's a. Please. I know it's hard to trust a few devils. You know. I should know. I've really spent a long time intimately with one, and looks at Urza.
Yeah.
But let's see what we can do and get the best out of the situation. It'll be better for us all. Truly.
She says, if this is the time that I was supposed to act quickly instead of taking a measured response, I will not be able to forgive myself. But if this is what you all think we should do, then I stand behind what you wish. And she lets the Solarian weapon kind of wisp away from her hands, and she steps back behind Kia.
We ready?
All right. Yep. Hit that button.
You're gonna have to go into the other room to do it.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Great. So Jabby skitters quickly into
Yep.
the other room.
Oh, got it.
Little feet moving as quickly as they can, and you dash around the corner. The flock are a little bit surprised to see you come around the corner, and our head scientist goes, what are you doing?
So help me if you say another word.
Amazing.
Are you disabling the matrix?
As I'm disabling the matrix,
Great.
I just have Gimbal play my calming music because I need it.
It's like chilled
Aw.
cow in the background.
Just
Yeah,
some lo-fi.
lo-fi.
The lo-fi gets 1 3/4 measures in before you need to roll a will save.
Oh boy, oh boy.
This guy.
No, that's a 14.
You're gonna take 24 points of damage as a trap of feedback damage ripples out of the screen and into your body, electricity coursing through you. And at the same time, this guy stands up and flings a battery into the middle of the room, which
Yeah.
erupts into this large ball of fire. I need you to make a reflex save.
All right, yeah.
No.
That's
Whoops.
the baddie. I told everyone. I said the scientist is the baddie.
Helena, they're both bad.
That's
There's
an
not
8.
one bad and the other isn't bad. It's an
That's-
archdevil.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
big
That's an
lawful
8.
evil and
there's a
bastard
little
evil.
boss.
Yeah, like they're both shit. I think we can all agree. Can we all agree that everyone here is bad, and maybe us a little too? Like, just a little bad.
So you said
Yeah,
an 8?
8. Yeah.
That's a fail as well.
Will Gimbal at least just get a petty shot off? Because I did say if he tries anything to fire.
You know what? Sure. Gimbal can get that petty shot off.
just
Roll
just
for it.
petty shot.
Petty shot. Petty
Yeah.
shot.
Well, you know what?
petty
That's
shot.
also just a 10. So
That's a 10. That sucks.
There's Vlaka in there.
There's another 24 points of damage.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
oh boy.
The
Are- did
eruption
Vlaka?
rips out, tearing through the Vlaka, except for
Yeah.
2 of them who stand
Right.
up bewilderedly. But all of the scientists are dead. A bunch of the machinery is exploded and leaking. Jabby, I need you to roll an initiative real quick. We're gonna do this
Okay.
manually.
Apropos of
Yep.
nothing.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Okay. We are at 18 total. Initiative. Let me roll again.
Oh,
That's
gamer
actually
gulp. I'm so sorry,
17.
Ancient Edie.
Gamer go.
17.
I'm gonna take a
17.
gamer gulp from my gamer gulp mug.
G-gulp, everybody! It's your turn, Jabby.
Um.
This guy
Well-
is standing up, one glass cracked in across his face, and he
Ugh.
slowly pulls them off like an anime character.
Am I within range of telepathic message?
Of
Kia.
what is the range?
Oh, I have this. Let me pull this up. Actually, I can answer my own
It
question.
is 100 feet plus 10 feet per level.
And level is your character level, or
The level it's cast at.
no.
No, it's your character level.
Oh.
Then yes,
Okay.
by this
I'm
much.
pretty sure.
Well, I thought it would be the level spell slot you expend.
Right. Usually it's
Tyrone?
So we're gonna say yes this time because it's fun.
Okay.
okay, because it's a 0 level.
It's caster
spell.
level, says
Yeah.
Chiron.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Then caster
Great.
level is your level, absolutely. So
Yep.
yes.
Well, first off, was I successful? Did the thing drop?
Thing drop.
Was I successful, or did I just
Mm.
fail at it because the countermeasures activated?
You don't know right now.
Okay. Well, in that split moment, Kia, I'm gonna need healing as soon as you can get it, and I try to do it again.
Fantastic. So you, as soon as you go, what kind of action is your message?
Ooh boy, let me pull that up.
It's a standard, right?
Yeah. Ooh. Well, I had it active, so it was, always.
So it's
going
always going.
for,
Then
like,
it's a
10
free
minutes?
action. Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
Great. So
Cool.
as you
'Cause I'm not
start
casting,
to
it's hard to
peek
go in, yeah.
into this system, right? You see that the data and interface UI has just been wiped, and this system is just on lock now.
Okay.
And as you realize this, you feel a hand kind of gently tap your shoulder, and as you flinch backwards, this guy retracts. And he says, "Look, I'm sorry about this. You seem like a smart kid and all. It's just business." Boom, and poofs. It evaporates into nothing as he dimension doors out of there.
Oh, thank God he's gone. Okay, wow. Um, ha, ha. We have a problem.
Yeah.
You guys
Um,
heard the blast.
Yep.
Okay.
What's going on? She says after the blast.
What does the creature look like? Also, when the blast.
Nothing's
happens?
changed.
Nothing. Okay.
Well, turns out the guy who was already really bad is especially he's advanced bad, and he just kind of stopped the system from
Multi-class
working.
into
So
super bad.
it's true. Prestige classes.
Into
So I can't
PBG.
fix this. Yeah, I can't fix this. Also, I am in a lot of pain. Physically
Okay.
too this time. So.
Oh, I'm going over there. I'm going to Jabby.
Great. So Castor heads back towards Jabby. Who's staying in the room?
I mean, I don't know what to do. They have the claw, so she's not leaving.
Cool.
That could be the biggest mistake I've ever made, but we'll find out.
Absolutely. And Kia?
I think she's gonna stay where the creature is, seeing that Castor left. She trusts Castor can take care of Jabby for a little bit.
Mhm.
So she just stays next to him.
How much of was that all conversation, all telepathic?
Yeah.
Cool. The creature says, "Oh, it looks like you will need to use the bones after all."
Oh. Yeah. Sometimes analog is better, am I right? And she messages Jabby being like, we're gonna need the bones. The bones are the way to go. We're gonna do some ritual, probably.
Great. So,
Cool.
Castor,
That's so fun.
you get to Jabby, Castor. What are you doing?
I have a stim pack from when we
Way
went
back when?
way back when to the pre-Gap era building that led to the portal to Matul Beta.
Way back in the day. Yeah, absolutely.
He's just
We're
gonna
so
see
young.
Jabby just covered in soot and just like hanging on by a thread. Jabby, no, okay, I got you, little buddy. Here you go. And he's just gonna like EpiPen.
Ah!
Jabby's afraid of needles. We just found out.
Now, Jabby, are you into your hit points from?
Yeah, I have 18 hit points left.
Okay, great.
Stamina's
like checking.
1. Yeah.
I'll take care of you a little too.
Great. Yeah. What
Yeah.
what
I'll bring the
healing are we
bones
doing
back.
to Jabby as soon as he gets back in the room and this thing
Yeah.
waits kind of patiently?
I'll give him a mystic cure.
All
I'm
right.
gonna cast it at
Okay.
second level.
All
And let's
right.
give you 3d8 plus my wisdom.
Oh shit.
Right?
Right.
6,
Right.
13. Whew, girl, that is a 24. You get 24 hit points. back.
Ooh, yeah.
I bet you're back at
So-
full, right?
Yeah, I'm back to full.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Well
totally.
done. So how exactly do we use the bones then?
Press them all into the field. It should change. It should realign the intention in the room and set things right on a natural course.
Whose bones are they? You said the saints' bones. Whose bones are they?
They have a bit of weight and left in them.
Cool. That's metal. Shall we?
Yeah, so Kia's like excited, and Amaruk just goes to get the bones. Like she says, "This is not a good day for her."
All right. So you grab the bones, take them out, and
Yeah.
press them into this this like kind of it's hard to see, right? And you can more feel it as soon as you come close to it. Your thoughts begin to kind of merge and meld and flop around each other. Being inside of it must be just this incredibly confusing experience where your intentions are turned back out in upon you, and your thoughts inward are flexed outwards once again. And as you press the bones into them, they begin to burn. this blue flame that starts to create this smoke that careens upwards. But it's a blue flame, but it burns much more like thermite. This hot, intense burn, but on your hands, holding it, and you don't feel a bit of the flame, but you do feel the psychic energy and the like. Less psychic energy. That kind of undercuts the inherent wrongness of this field, which is changing not your perception of the world, but the actual very building blocks of how things work. And soon this fire begins to spread out around the room and burns out various different corners. Bits of machinery spark and flare. The lights flicker above you and go out, and you're left in darkness. And the yeah, Parker.
Magical darkness or real darkness?
Real darkness.
Great. I'm able to see because of dark vision.
Mhm.
Great.
Me
Yep,
too.
60 feet and black and white.
Great. I mean, I was gonna fix the problem for everybody in a second, but I'm glad you're talented.
Well,
I can't see.
I just wanted to
Too
make
dark.
I completely
Hold my
understand.
hand, Jabby.
this seemed like one of the moments in time where like
Exactly.
yeah, exactly, where every second counts, and I just want to be like,
Yeah.
I'm here.
I completely hear you. The head, it begins to glow this like soft blue, and it carries down the spine of it, and soon this thing's whole deformed and malformed body is kind of pulsing with this blue light that fills the entire room, and the other devil kind of disintegrates into this mist and is sucked up into this creature. And it kind of lurches forward, detaching from the wall and heading a little bit closer towards you. And it says, "Thank you. You freed me. And I owe you this." And the prime claw flies across the room towards you, Anne.
She who's Anne. Amaruk reaches up and catches it, or she tries to.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
you can catch it.
She takes it and she looks at it. Is it changed in some way?
Mm-mm,
It's the same.
mm-mm.
She like inserts it into her Solarian moat, and she says, "And now?"
And now we talk. We deal. My favorite.
Great. Okay, let's get this started then.
So, your people are dying at an alarming rate, and they will continue to die until we come to some sort of agreement. So I suggest that we finish this up quickly. I understand that you want control over the surface of the planet, right? It's what's most important to creatures like you all.
Yes.
So
We would like control over the planet.
I think that's asking a little bit too much. Why don't we say the surface of the planet for 1,000 years, and I'll take the soul of the one touched by Waden.
Excuse me?
Yes. That seems like a fair trade. 1,000 years for one blessed and celestial soul.
What, 1,000?
My people might as well stay on a dying world if you're just going to wrest control of it from them in 1,000 years.
Well, maybe in 1,000 years, me and your daughter or granddaughter, I don't really know how long you live, we'll talk.
Oh man.
How, 1,000 years for an avatar of Waden, though? You can't give us like 10,000 at least?
I feel like you're selling yourself short, honestly.
I mean, I'm just trying to see where I can go here. I mean,
Um,
the cost of a soul is so abstract.
You know what? You want souls. How about who that person who's just in the other room who's really awful? How about we get you their soul, because you know what? You probably don't want them to breathe anymore. And my mind's pretty made up on that now.
Small furry creature, where do you think his soul is going? I already
Uh,
have his soul. It's not worth
I
anything.
oddly feel better about that now.
Yeah,
Huh.
I feel better too. A little bit of Schadenfreude never hurts.
Yeah. You don't eat carbs, do you? I'm just gonna. If you do, you.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love bread. Do you have breadsticks?
Ooh. Do they have breadsticks in the other room? Because I would have grabbed any snacks they had.
Absolutely, yeah. They have some
Yeah. Let's.
breadsticks. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just. As this is happening, I just pass out snacks. Like I do actually walk up and like, here, just.
The demon
I
takes it
just.
into its mouth and like it floats
You
next
said the
to it.
friend word, and I'm like,
She
It's
says-
so easy.
She says, "Why the piece of Waden's soul? Why that one?"
It's been touched by a god. It's a piece of a god. It's not just been touched. I'm underselling it. You're right. I am underselling it. It's a piece of a god. 10,000
It has
years.
to be worth more.
10,000 years.
You leave the planet.
10,000 years. Oh, I leave the planet completely for 10,000 years.
No, you leave forever. Go find somebody else to make a deal with. Because my people, they'll be prepared for you if they have time.
Your people are dying. Just a reminder. 10,000 years. I'll even depart completely. All of my devils and creatures, even the hot spots, as you call them, I'll take with me.
Kia telepathically messages everyone, besides the devil, being like, okay, so, change of plan? Can we kill it?
Are
Can we
you
can we just
fucking
kill it?
kidding me?
I
Are you
wouldn't
fucking-
recommend that, it says in all of your
Oh,
heads.
Shit.
Oh, hi! Oh, fuck.
Oh, this was a conference call.
who gave you the Zoom code?
You're
You
the
aren't-
gentlest.
It is password protected.
You hear the gentlest click as everybody hangs up tentatively. Sorry. Amazing.
So, I guess my question is, you clearly seem to like this celestial body. Why not have a bigger one? I mean, this is just a moon. You know, what about doesn't maybe I'm making this up. Don't we orbit a gas giant?
Yeah.
Oh, but there's not much of a core on a gas giant. It's all gas.
There's
Damn,
no
never
there's
mind.
no life there.
Huh.
There's no
What
sentient
if I
life
told
there.
you? What if I told you we could get you someone that had been preserved for thousands of years by Waden himself in a casket?
Ooh.
I'm gonna tell Emily.
I was
Oh
like,
my God. Don't tell her.
there was a point where I was legitimately like, I'll kill you because I forgot that Amaruk is not this person's best friend. Like,
No, listen, I love Emily so much.
but if we could use an NPC to solve today's PC problems, then
Exactly.
maybe.
or
Yeah.
if we could just give a fake egg to
Yeah.
this devil and run, we're great.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
I mean-
I'm sure her brother won't be any trouble in the future.
That's
Yeah, never mind.
a problem for tomorrow.
That's a
I
problem for
agree
tomorrow.
to it.
I'm with you guys on that one.
Yeah.
Who?
Okay,
What?
we gotta make a decision here.
What is the thing?
She is. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Please.
Can I
Oh, that's in
retcon that?
character.
When I said it out loud, I hated it immediately.
What do you have? You have much more than you're giving me. Another one? Doesn't
Yes.
20,000 years just sound twice as better?
What if we told you the location of Waden Temple?
There are millions of those across the galaxy. Useless.
Well, why don't we ask Castor what they think?
Finally. I was wondering.
I was like, everybody's like bartering for a soul of a person we know, like, who is here. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you feeling, buddy? How much are you worth?
Well, now that you ask it
Kia.
like that.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just, I having a hard time today.
But is there a price?
I've I've been thinking a lot about this. Well, I've debated many things. I've calculated many possible outcomes. And one does include this. And he unbuttons his and like into his core, you can like right on his chest, you can see that it's starting to glow like a bright green, like it's just kind of glowing. I've thought about putting me out of the equation entirely and renewing myself.
What? What does that mean?
It means that the Castor that you know is going to go by, and I'm going to leave my body soulless.
But then who would... No!
Don't worry about me, Amaruk. Now that I have your attention, little Miss Devil, it seems as though I have the leverage.
You're going to give me what I want? I don't understand. Maybe I don't understand as a GM. You're gonna give the soul, right? Is there anything else?
No, not give the soul. As in, Castor is thinking of the android way of reproduction, of renewal, of the soul leaving the body
Right.
entirely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. I
So
needed that.
immediate gratification.
Yeah. So
basically.
he would no. Castor would just perish.
Yeah.
Right. But I guess what I'm wondering is
The soul
there
would
something
go
to be...
the normal way that souls go and would not be taken by this thing. Is what
Yep.
Castor's saying, right? Castor is
That is
threatening
that is
to commit suicide as the object between these two things.
Okay.
yeah.
And the snake-like head weaves its way up closer to you and kind of like almost sniffs your chest and smiles and says, "That's all right. Then your friends all die."
But you lose the soul of Wayne, don't you?
Yes, this time. You don't understand. I am forever.
Are you?
Yes.
Entropy comes for us all, my friend.
Ah, and yet, I've seen angels fall and worlds die. And I don't think it's coming from me anytime soon. And truly, if you kill me here, I'll just go home.
You'll go home, but what happens to your little contract
Well, I lose this time.
this time?
This is the difficult thing about trying to deal with the devil, is that this is life and death for you. This is the end of the world, but for me, this is Tuesday. This is what I do. This is pedestrian.
Leeching off of others.
Yes!
What a pathetic existence.
Yes! Exactly. And if you think I'm happy doing it, you're wrong. No one's happy in hell. But I am very good at it.
I'm glad you're unhappy.
Cute. So, it draws back and up, its head like starting to scrape the ceiling. The people are still dying out there. Either make a counter offer or give me what I need. Want.
What
Need
if-
is too extreme. Yes.
what if you could have a foothold here on this planet through in an in an agreement with the people who live here, and uh, you could have a pact or contract with the living leaders of the planet.
Tell me more.
What if there are many rites of passage and ceremonies for my people? What if we added to the list uh, a mortal instrument in every generation?
Tell me more about your immortal instrument, Amarok.
We are followers of Desna and the Black Butterfly, but we are dying. We are leaving behind a history that stretches back before the gap, before everything, which for you is perhaps the blink of an eye, but for us is everything. Perhaps if, well, I was warned that you might be able to use this. And she holds up the prime claw. She says, this was worth something to you before, but is there not? I perceived that there was a risk to us letting you, or whoever at the time we thought it was, have it. They might be able to enact something unforeseen. Is that correct?
Possibly.
So I am not smart. I don't know what I could offer, but what I know is that my people need this planet, and the people who live here, pirates and vagabonds and bad people sometimes, but also good ones too, need this place. So what if, just like everybody else we've developed a tenuous peace with, we develop one with you?
Wolf Queen, I admire your flexibility. Honestly, truthfully, you're so much more than I thought you were. So, let's talk terms. Let's talk souls. You are a, shall we say, a spiritual trendsetter on your world, are you not?
I am Desna's chosen, her champion.
You know what, Desna's champion? Let me pause the death. And you become aware of this, like, massive psychic pulse that emanates out from
Jesus.
you, right?
Yeah.
Your people are no longer dying. Let's make something good here. So, why don't we say that you begin a tradition? A tradition of sacrifice, where a certain amount of your people every year give their lives or the lives of some others. I prefer your people, so it's going to have to be more of others. But the Vlaka are strong and have been strong for a long time. And you give them in ritual sacrifice to me.
What?
Technopathy node. I'm gonna send a message to everyone's datapad. Fight Y/N.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Why? Oh, big time why? Yeah.
Yeah. She smiles and she says, like, she looks down at her like Apple Watch, right? And then she smiles and she says, "You're right. It does sound stupid when you say it like that." And then she rolls for initiative.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let's go.
We're gonna take a break, y'all. That was the coolest. Oh, I'm kind of bummed that I didn't change your alignment to lawful
No.
evil.
Oh my gosh.
No,
But-
that's not a thing.
You already have one chaos.
Yeah.
No room.
Yeah.
No room.
That's not what would happen.
Oh, I thought I had
Yeah.
you, honestly. Okay,
I know she
Okay.
wanted to think you did
we're
too.
gonna be right back. That was lovely. All right, we'll see you soon. All right, we are back. We're killing it, or we're gonna try to kill it, I guess, is
Well,
the point.
We're certainly fighting it. That is a choice.
All right, so
Ooh.
as Amruk lunges forward towards this thing, we're all gonna roll some heckin' initiative. I want to make sure that you guys are placed correctly before we
Yeah.
do. So I'm gonna draw a
Well, you
little.
said it was.
I'm gonna draw a
yeah.
little template that you guys can move yourselves around inside of, right? So
Mm.
you
Oh,
don't-
sure. Didn't you say it came up to us though? From
It
up
has a
where it is?
long old neck, boy. It
That's-
moves a little bit closer, but it's got that.
I was like, is its neck
Ooh,
80 feet long?
That's
Yep.
upsetting.
It's like Ko the Face Stealer. I
Is
don't
it?
like it.
though?
It can that
Oh.
close. There you go. There's
Okay,
10
that's-
feet
that's-
closer.
I don't like
Okay.
seeing it advance.
So, she would have stepped forward in that case and moved to the hello.
Make sure you have the token selector selected.
Game is
Also, it
paused.
says game
Yeah,
is
yeah.
paused. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's.
it's not. There you go.
Haha!
it's
Now,
fixed.
that's what I'm talking about. All right, cool. So she moved there
Back in.
to talk
Great.
to.
Lost
this
connection a
thing.
bit there.
All right, fantastic. And our Vlaka. Oh, there's supposed to only be 2 of them.
Yeah.
There goes one.
Only bring one of them, two of them to die horribly.
Horribly. All
Be
right.
Right here.
All right. Let's do some initiative.
Initiativo. Roll them dice.
Initiativa, roll them dice. All right, Jabby is up first.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, here we go with some caustic conversion.
All right.
Last big spell. Oh boy. Does 15 hit?
A 15 does. What kind of damage is this? Is this energy or kinetic?
It does energy. It's acid damage.
That does not hit.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's really good. Well, I cast my magic, but it starts to falter, and he just kind of. I'm gonna go. Nope. I'm just gonna step back. I'm just gonna stay where I am.
Absolutely.
I'm done.
I'm done. I'm finished. All right. Next
Ta-da.
up is this Vlaka who takes a step back and takes a shot, desperately firing over you guys' heads at this thing, and he misses. The other Vlaka has the next turn. Oh yes, Vlaka hit. Castor, he had your weapon, or excuse me, Amaruk, he had your weapon. What kind of weapon did you give him?
Well, they both had weapons.
Yeah.
They both had guns that we took. They had rifles. So, but one of them had.
One of them had
Did I
yours.
actually end up-
Yeah, you gave your weapon to them,
Okay.
and that's one of the ones that's here.
Cool, great. So I have a solar. Nope, I have a semi-auto pistol.
Mhm.
So it's a D6 plus whatever strength and level or whatever.
Yeah, which is nothing for that kind of a weapon. Sweet does 5 points of damage to this thing, slamming into it, but just kind of like
Sorry, Dex.
yeah, you're quite all right. But
Not
blood like
Dexter. Dexter.
spurts. Dexterity.
Dexterity.
This like purple blood spurts out of its shoulder as it like kind of lurches forward at you, and it is this thing's turn. The first thing that it does is squelch out some more of these creatures.
Oh,
It
boy.
squelches out. I actually have to roll for this. I just started spawning things before I threw my dice. Boom, boom. I did too many. I threw too many down. Only
Yes.
one of them out of the side of it onto the ground. And then it lashes forwards with a spit of acid, erupts out of its side, and attacks. Let me see. Let's do Amaruk for this first one.
Okay.
Oh!
Woof.
that is a critical hit.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Hurt
dope.
me. Hurt me.
So it is going to fling damage. Oh, that's 18 points of damage as this acid bile spews out from like a little like pocket in its shoulder and slams into you. You are also, it's like covering your body, so your armor is decreased by 1 point for kinetic and energy.
That is unfair.
It is going to only last this amounts of turn. 4 turns.
Highest one.
Oh, wow.
Okay, cool.
4 turns.
It's okay. I still have 58 stamina. It's fine.
I'm good. I'm ready for this. All right, but
Yeah.
you have 58 stamina, and it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do a little old chargeroony in there, and I'm going to attack. So with that being said, altogether that is an 18 to hit with my Solarian weapon.
All right, that is a miss.
Great. So what I will do
Flash
is
forwards.
yeah, so she I guess I have advantage now though again on my charges because I have the Prime Claw back.
It's true. It's true.
Oh.
All right. How is a 21 to hit?
21 is a hit.
Okay, I was like, if you say it's a miss, then we better run because this is gonna be a bad day for everybody. Okay.
What was your natural dice for that 21 hit? What did
my
you
natural
roll?
dice would have been a 10.
Cool.
10 plus 11.
Fantastic. Roll your damage, Amaruk.
What the? Okay, something is happening to my dice. That's a problem for future and, sorry. Fuck. What
It's
is
okay.
that?
Everything's happening right now.
All right, so 2d6 plus. I'm tuning to photon in case that's not clear. Plus 11. I'm using Foundry's little math tool here. Plus 2. All right, so all together that's 18 damn.
Ooh,
on a charge.
Damn. Read the shirt. That is nasty. How do I do math? Oh, wow. Yeah, this thing is feeling it as you rush forward, like leaping up on top of this raised platform that it's on top of. And as you do, a tentacle lashes out towards you, and you just cut it clean in two, and it like falls behind you, disintegrating into smoke
she does
itself.
That thing where it's coming towards her, and instead of going to block it away with the back of the blade, she turns the cutting edge and just swings like this over her head, and she hates it.
And she hates every minute of it. But she's alive. Caster.
I thought it was my turn. All right, here we go. So as soon as Caster sees like this gooey little like worm like plop out, he's just gonna go, oh, additionals. Get rid of the additionals. Very slimy, small, gross-looking additional.
Great.
Great.
I am like 45 feet away, so I'm gonna make just a 10-foot. Oh, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Boop. I'm gonna move 10 feet.
Boom.
How close am I to this guy? Perfect. And I will use that. Oh, well, that. Oh, that's fine. That's fine then. That puts me in the perfect position.
What are you doing?
I am going to attack.
Attack.
This little wormy with my sonic pistol, which summons into my hand.
Great.
As it is called from my holster directly to my hand as a swift action. And I am going to overcharge. Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Overcharge weapon. So let me see. Where I need to get to my features. Nope.
Yeah, should be in inventory, your sonic pistol, and you can drive it into your macros for future.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. that will be really helpful. Attack. I'll do
It should
It already
do, yeah, it
calculates-
should do everything for you. Roll it. Just
Great.
roll that puppy.
Boom.
Blam! All right, roll damage.
Roll damn.
Roll
All right,
damn
so I'm
damn.
gonna roll-
Now that I have the shirt, I'm no longer
God
saying
damn
roll
it.
for damn damn.
Go for damn damn.
Oh, damn, damn.
Please
Every
go
day,
for
all
damn
day.
damn.
All day.
All right, we rolling.
Damaged.
Every day we damn in. Every
Oh,
day
and
we
then
damn in.
plus 2 damage. So that's 8 damage total to the worm.
8 damage total. Is that and that includes your weapon specialization?
Yeah, that is including my weapon specialization.
What is your weapon
What is-
specialization bonus?
So for small
Mhm.
arms and operative weapons, it's going to be half of my level, which is 2.
What is your
I thought you were
level
level
4? Yeah, aren't you guys level 6?
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah, we
I'm
are.
Oh, it's my
Yeah.
your full level.
It'd be plus
Right?
3.
Great. So 9 damage. There we go.
I didn't know if it meant like mechanic level or like total
Got it,
character
got it, got it,
Total
got it. I believe it's
character
total character levels.
Yes,
It is.
absolutely. All
I'm
right,
looking at the feet.
fantastic. So this, your sonic pistol tears through most of this thing, like ripping off half of its face and most of its tentacles, and it continues to like squelch forward, desperately trying to make its way towards all of you. Kia!
Cool. So Kia is going to run over here behind the stairs and take some cover. And then she is going to perform a mind thrust on the creature at level 2. And the image and the sound that she's sending to this creature is what she saw the creature struggling before she freed it.
Oh,
That
there it
Immense
is.
pain it was under.
Personal. Direct.
Personal.
So a mind thrust, I have to roll a save. You don't got to roll nothing, right?
I do. I roll for damage, but
You
yes.
roll for
get to
damn.
Roll.
Yeah, I was like, you rolled for what?
You roll for what do you roll for?
No, you good. 18. If you can beat 18.
18. Let's see. He's done it this time. But you're gonna take half damage of your roll, right? What did you get for your total?
I get. Let's see. Half damage for what I roll is not. Oh dear. Oh. Okay.
It's
That's a 7. 7 damage. Okay.
7 points of damage. Fantastic. So your thought rushes out into this thing's brain, and it like kind of recoils a little bit. But the sense that you get is that you actually missed where its brain is. So you're like, okay,
Ooh.
I gotta recalculate. It's somewhere inside of there. All right.
Find it.
If anyone can figure out where a
Where's the
brain
brain?
is in a roiling mass of tentacles, I nominate Kia 100p.
Great. It's Jabby's turn,
Yeah,
and
it's the
Jabby
first.
moves up a little bit, right, Jab?
Yep. And I take a shot with Screaming Mimi, my pistol.
Scream that, Mimi.
With a 24 to hit.
To heat.
Mm-hmm.
And then rolling damn.
That's a hit. Roll for that damn.
That's 11 points of
That is
damage.
11 points of damn. Nicely
Night.
damned.
Most I've done.
All right. Your blaster lashes out and like pushes a tentacle back into the body before it rips back outwards, flying towards all of you. But first, the Vlaka.
Okay, wait, Miles.
Yes.
Carrying fire, please.
Harrying fire. Yes, absolutely. You got it. All right. That is one successful harrying fire. Consider.
And they get a +2 to it, just to be
Yeah,
clear.
absolutely. Consider him harried. All right, that is the end of their turns. It is this thing's turn. Look at how big that rotating circle is. Just
like a
terrifying.
magic
just
circle.
Terrifying.
So he has a -2, just so everybody knows, to his AC, correct?
Blessed be.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Great. So the tentacles coming up to cover the large amount of fire coming down the pipeline from the Vlaka. He swings with a tentacle at Amaruk. What is your armor class, Amaruk?
you said it was -1 this round, or now that it's back to his turn?
It's been one round at the
yeah,
end
so
of this
until
turn.
the end of his turn. Okay, so it's, you said KAC?
Yes, kinetic.
So 21 right now.
21. Oh, that was unintentional. Let's see how it does. Yeah, he hits you this time. You're gonna take 14 points of damage as the tentacle
That's fine.
lashes into your side, and you like have to barely dodge backwards to just slightly get out of the way. And then he is going to spit some of that acid at you, Jabby.
Oh.
17
For KAC?
for EAC. It is acid.
Oh, that's just a hit.
That's
That's
just
just
a
what
hit.
it needed.
All right, just what it needed. 9 points of damage as the acid leaks
Okay.
through the cork, the like pieces of your armor getting into the cracks. It is Amaruk's turn, though. Oh wait. Actually, I lied because first we've got a little squiggly boy who gets to go on his turn. The little bug starts to try to climb up your leg, Amaruk, but you easily kick it off to the side. All right,
off.
you're up, Amaruk.
Okay. Awoo.
Awoof.
Number one.
Number one.
And that means it is time for a full attack action. So altogether, that's going to be a d20 plus 8 because I'm taking the -3 to the roll. Alrighty. So that's a 22 to hit on the first attack.
Oh yes.
Cool. So let's do 2d6. So I'm using, for anybody who cares, the Foundry tabletop to make this math easier on myself, so I can focus on liking myself and not hating math. So it's great.
Real.
All right. Cool. So 23 damage on the first hit.
What? Okay,
second
that's
hit.
cool.
Incoming. So that's 8. All right. Second hit is going to be a 24 to hit.
Hit.
So that'll be 2d6 plus 11 plus 2.
Oh.
Roll it. All right. And that's 21 damage from the second attack.
Damage. Oh my god. So you lash
Kill it.
forward once, just like stabbing deep into
Yeah.
this thing, and the prime claw orbiting around your head pulses bright with vengeance. And you
Yeah.
like stab.
She grabs a tentacle and then stabs into it, like
Mhm.
into the meat
Mhm.
near the body.
Ugh.
And then for the second attack, we'll say she just rakes through it like ribbons. The flesh.
The blood spills out in all directions in this massive geyser. That is the end of your turn. Caster, you're up.
Great. I am going to use my combat tracking,
love it.
targeting this fella right here, which gives me a +2.
Mm-hmm.
Got
it. Sound effect.
For the podcast people, that noise is for the combat tracking, which is just his eyes glowing and telemetry being filtered in, and he's trying to predict the movements of this thing, yada yada yada. All right, so and now I attack with my sonic pistol again. Not with an overcharge this time, but I am going to be using my charged skin to filter another 2 charges into it. As his hands start to crackle with blue lightning and feed into the sonic pistol. Here we go. Click, click, click. And we go to attack sonic pistol. No ammunition left. I know there's no ammunition left because I'm using my charge skin. Okay. Sorry.
Let him know.
Sorry, I'm just arguing with the thing.
I understand. It is kind of cool that it tracks. Oh, the little one, right?
Yeah, little one.
The little one explodes in a burst of fire of sonic damage as you hit it. You don't even need to roll damn because it has this single digit of hit points left.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well done, Caster.
It makes
Nice.
a funny farting sound. Thank you for the
Like a balloon.
exactly.
It's like-
Thank
Just-
you.
I just imagine Castor just going, "Happy to be of service."
Amazing.
Thank you for
Nice.
that follow, Cherry. All right, Caster, that's it, right?
That was my move action. That was my attack action. Yep, I'm good.
Pew 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 pew. Kia.
And
All
Juris,
right.
thank you for that follow as well. Sorry, we're in the middle of
Oh,
combat.
hi.
We're doing all this stuff.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Yeah.
friends.
So you.
I'm gonna mind thrust into this monster now. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm really conjuring up the
All right.
look in her eyes as she was struggling, or they were struggling, rather.
Yeah.
And 18? Did you beat an 18?
It did not.
Yes!
All right.
Thrust
so
that
you
mind feat.
Take, you take 18 damage.
18 damn.
Damn.
Wow.
Woo.
All right.
As she's doing it, she goes, "I gave you a chance."
Oh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this thing rises up backwards and says, "I didn't need your charity," and out of it start to pulse more creatures emerging from it. All right,
Oh, no-y.
Jabby, it's your turn.
They
Yeah,
only have 1 hit
I'm
point, so how hard can it be?
knocking on wood, gonna attack again with an 18.
Oh, no-y.
18 to hits.
18 to hit. What kind?
Energy.
Because of the harrying fire, it is enough.
Yes.
Vlaka, gonna
So-
rock ya.
Honestly, taking my screaming Mimi
Mhm.
and screaming alongside it, just basically like blasting screamo. Just really mad that I shared carbs after thinking about Kia just sharing a chance. They weren't mine, but it's the principle.
It's the principle of the thing.
And that's 8 damage.
That is 8 points of damage. Fantastic. This thing is not looking well compared to how it started the fight. It is feeling this damage, and as a result, it starts to pulse. The Vlaka fire overhead, one of them succeeds with the harried fire, which is all you need, and it starts to pulse and pulse and pulse, and out of it erupts this mess. I hope it's a mess. It's a mess of boys.
No.
These little things splatter across the room, landing in various corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, no-y.
7, 8, 9 of them. Full circle.
Nine.
Full circle.
Thanks for that sub, No Haven.
We love
Thanks for
that.
Watch
Ew.
us die to this arc devil.
I'm
It's
here
fine.
to eat your bones and steal your saints.
Prosperous
All right.
Demonta.
This thing then. Give me 1 second.
Let us celebrate with damn amazing.
Damn. Yeah.
Reaches its tentacles outwards, and these like symbols begin to glow in the air, and out of the ground erupts this wall of fire.
Oh God, I hate it. I hate it. I hate
Oh
it.
no. Oh
Turn on the
no.
ring of fire. The ring of fire.
I need you, Jabby, and you, Caster, to make reflex saves.
That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Well, we know what that means. Woo!
So does this count as an area of effect?
It does,
damage?
yeah.
Great. So I'm going to use my feat dive for cover, which gives me gives me advantage on my dex roll. But I fall prone.
Nice.
But I fall prone under the adjacent spot.
Hey, man.
Better than dead.
Me too.
Way
better than dead.
better than
Agree.
I'm trying to think how I would roll that. I would just roll 2 dex saves. Oh no, I can choose to take advantage. Thank you, Foundry. So dexterity would go to there it is. Reflex save. That's what it is. Reflex advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Ooh.
make it! So that is half damage for both of you, and the total damage is... Let me roll it for you. Boom. Oh, not that much at all. That is half of 9 points of damage, you lucky ducks. Caster,
Great.
ducks, Caster, where do you want to go? Where do you want to land? I will tell you that the fire is erupting away from the monster.
Away from the monster.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I need to-
Explain that. What do you mean?
So
What do
a wall of fire has a direction, right? Fire, it's kind of like a bunch of mini flamethrowers that shoots fire in a way away from where like the wall is set up. Does that make sense?
you mean? Yes.
Also, it's longer. I decided.
Also, it's
Also,
I
it's
make
worse.
I am the captain now.
Also, I am the captain now.
If I were to go like right here, like, yeah,
Yeah.
great.
So,
now
where are you in relationship to the fire? Like I can see it, but just to paint a word picture.
Paint
for,
that word picture. Yeah.
It's a podcast.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's that big?
It's that
Okay.
large. Yeah.
Oof a doof. So you're stepping forward from the fire
Mhm.
towards the creature, right,
Yes.
Caster?
Yeah. So Castor is like
Okay.
diving out of the way, the fire just singeing his boots as Jabby like barely makes his way out of the way of the fire. Now the thing is, Jabby, that if you pass through the fire trying to get to it again and don't just like run away from it, you are going to take damage. You're going to get a reflex save again to take half, but passing through to join the fight is going to be tough. Oh, right.
So would I be able to pass through now?
On your turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Castor's feet allowed him to dive for cover.
I see. Yep.
Right. All right. Amaruk, it's your turn as flames erupt behind you, backlit
Great.
by this fire.
She covered in this, like, I don't know what color its blood is, so I'm gonna be like purple, gross ichor matted
Mhm.
into her fur as she's just punching into this fleshy mass. She refocuses her attention on this thing for a full attack action, and with religious fervor as she, you know what? No, I'm fully charged. This is my third turn. Why not? I'ma have it roll a reflex, and I got the prime claw, so it'll take some damage because I can change it to force damage. Go ahead and roll a reflex save against
All right.
17.
All right. Let's see how it does. Let's see how it does, everybody. Reflex rolled. Oh!
Nice.
It fails!
Okay, that's perfect for me. So let me just
How many
like,
feet?
do some quick math. 10 feet in every
10
direction.
feet in every direction. Let's see how this little boy does too.
This is a supernova.
Because there's a worm
yeah.
right next to you that is getting
Sure,
caught
sure.
in your supernova.
Let me just like add some things. Okay, so
Not good enough.
9d6
Not
is
good
where
enough.
we are right now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's a lot of d6s. That's a
It
lot of
is,
fun.
but I didn't roll that well. So it's 28 damage. Normally this would be fire damage, but through the power
Mhm.
and focus of the prime claw, she watches as it whips around her head, creating this kind of centrifugal like force around her head. So it's boom, 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 and it starts to go glow and seem to create I guess like it becomes impossibly large, and yet it's still the same thing that it always was, right? Because it's just creating the feeling of this thing getting everything around her exploding in like comets, like asteroids, like force damage. The what would have been fire explodes from this rotating moat. That's all I got. I'm so sorry. I thought I
Yeah.
couldn't finish that. I struggled to finish
These
that
like
sentence. I stuck the landing.
ghostly remnants of stars,
Yeah.
right? Of dead
Just
stars, just
smash out from it.
outwards. It just like absolutely tearing this worm that is trying to crawl up your leg like apart at the
Yeah.
molecular level. It turns into dust and flies away into nothingness. I just spat all over
Yeah.
my monitor.
Worm
it's fine.
stays, am I right?
You're right, boys.
And that's my
Wow.
whole action because I can't do anything more than that. I
And
believe.
it smashes into this thing, kind of like crunching the head into itself, and you see that the skull, half of the skull, collapses in on itself, and this woman's skull is malformed and broken, and it screams out in this terrible infernal howl of and it's Castor's turn. Yep, sorry.
question for you, because I do still have a move action.
Okay.
Where are these small grubs coming out from it still?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a little trip. I'm gonna probably take an attack of opportunity in order to do this. Let's see, I have 30 feet, so if I go 1, 2, 3.
Where are you trying to go?
I'm gonna move this way, and I'll go 5. Hold on. Let me pick myself up.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
5. This 10, and then if I were to go from there, I'd go 20. Basically, yeah, 20 feet. I'd get back to the other way. So I'm never leaving base to base contact. So it won't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
But she's basically moving around it, and then she's going to drag the same feeling of force damage of that of those comets and pieces of stars just erupting from the earth, transforming her blazing orbit into something completely different through the use of the prime claw, so that when these things come out, they will automatically have to move through. Let's see, move up to speed with concealment. Yeah. Leave a fire trail in every square.
Yeah.
2d6. They'll take 2d6 as soon as they pop out of them.
And that's good-ish. I'm so into that.
Sorry.
Wonderful. All right. So I imagine it being like this kind of black, like almost the fire of a dead star, right? Like the moment just before a supernova.
The thing that's really cool about this, I think, from a descriptive standpoint, is that the Prime Claw allows her to access, almost in a way, both Desna and the Black Butterfly, the two halves of this coin, bringing photon mode and gravitron mode together in this concert that they wouldn't necessarily be able to have otherwise.
I'm so proud of you. Also, I watched a video that's like a 30-minute long time lapse of the universe decaying, and I need to send that to you now.
Yeah, that's a problem for future.
Caster, it's your turn.
Great, I'm still prone. I'm going to use my move action to clip in a new battery into my sonic pistol. Reloading it. So that's my move action, and then I'm going to... Can I do a trick attack while I'm prone? Because it includes a move. It's a full action. No.
Yeah,
no,
you
never
do.
mind.
Here's the thing, Caster. You do a move action with your trick attack, if you want.
Yeah.
That make sense?
So I can reload and do a trick attack from my prone
So
position?
you can a trick attack does not take up a move action. It's a standard action, but you can move with it if you so desired. So you could stand up with your trick attack.
Okay.
If you wanted. Or you could stay prone and get a bonus to hit.
I get a bonus to hit the
Wait,
creature?
no, you get a bonus for AC against ranged attacks against you. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is yes.
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Good, because I barely did.
We're all doing the best we can.
In that case, I'll use my move action to do a trick attack by standing up. I'm not going to reload, but I'm going to use the last of my charged skin.
Yeah.
To fuel one more shot in my weapon. And can I use the computers in the room to imitate the sound of the reverse intention matrix booting up?
Yeah, why
Just
not?
mimicking
That's
that
great.
sound?
I love that. That's so cool.
Yes, psychological warfare.
Love that.
it.
Yeah.
All right, so that means
That's so cool.
I'm gonna do a computers check with a +4. All right. All right, so a 31.
And the DC again, remind me, I'm so sorry.
20 plus the creature's CR.
You have made it, my dude. Yeah.
Great. So, in that case, I am going to use... So it's now...
Flat-footed, yeah.
Great, excellent. I'm going to target this thing, this ugly creature.
We love more bonuses.
More bonuses, please. And I'm going to use my thing to attack. So attack with... Oh, no, I can't. Yeah, just attack. Just a regular attack.
That is enough.
Yes! Great.
Just
so now
barely.
Damage, which
Yeah.
means I
Roll
have
that
an
damn
extra
jam.
1d4 of damage
Yeah, you
as
do.
well. as well as +2 for my weapon specialization. Here we go.
Boom! Fantastic. Your sonic pistol rolls over top of the stuff that Amaruk has pulled out of the ground and slams into this thing, ripping another tentacle off of its side. How does math work? Math works like this.
Great question.
Wait,
And
no.
Caster, as that happens, as the sonic bolt just pierces through the tentacle and has it flopping on the ground, he's gonna say, "You should have given us a bigger." I'm gonna try that again. My one-liner again. You should have given us a better deal. There you go. One time Parker.
Amazing. 12
One-time
take
Wallace.
Parker. Yeah. One time Wallace. Amazing.
Nice.
Chiron does point out, by the way, that in Starfinder, if you leave a threatened square, even if you stay in base-to-base contact, they'd still attack. So feel free. If you want to, I have concealment, so you would have negatives.
I'm not going to go back and do that.
Yeah.
I suspected that,
just
but
letting you know.
the idea that you had was so cool that I didn't want to stymie it in any way.
That's
All right.
fine. I accept.
Kia, you're up.
All right, we're gonna get our force disc out, and of course, this nice red light pulses in her forehead, and erupts from it into a spinning disc of energy.
So
I am going to firstly target my dude that I'm clicking right now, who is right in front of me. That little dude.
that little dude.
Great. So, it doesn't have any spell resistance, does it?
No, but good question.
Great. Just check it.
It's worth a check.
Perfect. And oh my god. Oh, that was a 20, so that's a 26 to hit.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
All right.
Starfinder.
Well, you've hit 2 of them. Let's say. Let's go down the marker from there. Yeah. Boom,
Right,
bam! It
so-
slams into 2 of them. Next one.
So do the 2 take the 3d6 that the first usually takes? or-
Yeah, I'm just gonna have you
It's
roll
usually
1 damage for all of the boys.
for all of them.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Cool. And the next one is an 18 to hit.
That's a hit.
Great. And the next one is a 25 to hit.
That's 4.
And the final one is not great. It's a 13 to hit.
It's a hit.
Wait, are you kidding?
No.
Great. Great. Cool. How do you want me to do damage?
Roll those
Usually
3d6.
3d6 for all of them?
Yeah,
'Cause usually
just-
it's 3d6 for the first and then 2d6 for the last.
Ah, fair. Roll 3d6 for the first 2 because you
Okay.
critted.
Okay.
And I gave you that free hit because it sounds like fun.
That is. So the first 2 get 6 energy. And then the last 3 get 7.
All right, fantastic. Your energy disc. So my question, is it like a frisbee? Does it have a brand name on it? Does it have spikes on the side? Like, talk to me about
It's
this
a word
frisbee.
picture.
No, it's a literal circle. It's it's something that it looks like you can't actually grab. If you were to try to grab it, it would just kind of phase through your hand.
Mhm.
So it
Ooh.
looks almost holographic, but it's this vibrant red. It's totally Sailor Moon red because that's where I'm at these days. And it is just a thin little disc.
Beautiful,
It's
fantastic.
circular, like a big Cheerio.
Formless red Cheerio boy that slams through this various different worms just who squirm
Nice.
as they get hit by it. All right. That is the end of your turn, Kia?
It is.
All right, Jabba, you're in the fire and the flames as this wall of fire is erupting
All right.
out towards you.
Nice.
What do you do?
I use my Skittermender racial ability Hyper to take an extra move action. So I'm gonna do guarded step real quick, and then I'm gonna just move. Nope, too close. In fact, there. And I will again just turn the volume up and fire again with my screaming Mimi, which is a total of that's a 19.
Ooh, 19. 18. That is
energy.
fierce and enough to hit.
All right. And that's 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Just screaming and crying.
That's all we can do.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes that's what you got.
All you got going for you. All right. This thing is not looking particularly good. I will tell you that much. It is covered in lacerations and
Amazing.
cuts all over it. Just like ooze is just pouring out of it bit by bit by bit. And as it does, it starts to laugh. The two Vlaka back here are going to do their best to shoot these worms. They're
Harrying?
both
Just
going
like
to
a little
hit.
Harry? Just like
They
when
can't,
Harry
they
met Sally?
can't see it anymore because of the fire.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
Jabby, you moved through the fire? You did.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't. I got distracted and I did not see.
So my question
Mhm.
is, because I already did the deck save and I didn't get a chance to move through it before.
That's
does it
not how it
happen-
works. You don't move when it drops on you. You take a reduced amount of damage for the eruption,
Right.
and then
Okay.
if you
And
move
then
through
again-
it, you have to make a reflex save, and if you fail, you'll take damage.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll take.
And if you succeed, you'll still take damage.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's fine, it's
that's
fine.
that was unclear. That's a 14.
Amazing.
that is a failure.
How much
Hey.
damage?
Oh!
27 points of damage.
No.
27 points of damage.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. That's fine actually, because I have to rescind my action before, as I am down.
Oh, Jabby
So,
leaps through the
yeah.
fire bravely and collapses on the far side, smoking gently. I'm so sorry, Jabby.
Fire will do that
Fire.
sometimes.
Will
That's
do
Yeah.
a
that.
roasted skid
sometimes.
remander. We'll get you
Some-
there. Don't worry.
You know, fire just finds a way to end
Hey.
life.
Oh God, if you kill Dex in another campaign,
I
Miles.
swear to God, that would be 3, right?
Yeah, I think that would be
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Plus the time we killed Jabby accidentally in our test game when we were.
It's
Even
true.
Yeah,
even
also
better,
died, too.
even better. That would be 4 for 4.
Yeah, it would be.
Oh my God. The worst. Okay, it's fine.
Anyways,
It's not over yet.
back to the matter at hand, because it's definitely not over yet. This thing erupts out more of these little bug boys.
Into my wall.
Why?
Yeah, you do. Why don't you roll some damage for me against these
Cool.
suckers?
So, I'll just do a full 2d6 for everybody. Not a great roll, but not a bad roll. 4 damage to
Not
all of them.
what you needed to stop this chaos, but still a solid
Helpful.
beginning.
Not unhelpful, some might say.
Boom. Boom.
I just want these
Boom.
things to
Boom.
just die.
Boom as they
Oh my
land.
God.
This creature then lashes out at you, Amaruk, with 2 attacks.
That's fine, I guess. Um, Go for it.
Let's see how it does. Let's see how it does.
Asma was like, save the Skittermandias, and we agreed.
Those are
Yes.
both misses, aren't they? A 14 and a 15? Just lashes forward at you, and you're in
Yeah.
the zone. Amaruk ducks backwards, parrying and getting them away as this thing desperately tries to sink its last moment of glory in. Amaruk, it's your
Wolverine.
turn.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I would
oh,
like
actually,
to.
I'm so sorry. I forgot the Wiggly Boys who need to go.
Oh,
That's fine.
God.
Please. I'll just spend my time plotting
Yeah.
my domination. Of...
No, that's all right.
NPC.
So 3 of them are going to, or 2 of them, excuse me, are going to try to wiggle their ways inside of the Vlaka. One of them succeeds.
No.
I don't like that.
One of them is going to try to wiggle its way inside of Castor. It fails wildly. Another
Great.
2 latch onto your leg, Kia. One of them rolls a critical hit.
Ugh.
You are going to take a
yes.
total of 6 points of damage as this thing squeezes itself underneath your armor and starts to chew through your flesh as it like creates this little slit for itself to slide into. And then finally, one of them wiggles over to Jabby and begins to chew its way
No.
Hell.
into
What do we do?
his flesh.
Or what is that?
Is it in the fire though?
They're immune if I
They're
recall
immune to
correctly.
Oh, they're
Fire.
immune to fire.
Infernal.
Gosh darn it.
Dag nabbit! That
Well,
is
shucks.
the end of their turn. Amaruk.
Okay. Well, Amaruk the nuke gone nuke. She's going to begin reattuning to photon mode from the beginning of time once more. And it is time to roll an attack. She will be taking a full attack action. So let's see. That's 11. 11 minus 3 is 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so attack number 1, rolling it. All right, that's a 27
Hit.
to hit, which I believe does hit. So we're gonna do this plus 2d6 plus 11 plus 2 for photon mode. We're gonna roll that bad boy there. That's not a great roll.
Could've
Okay,
been better, could've been better.
18.
All right, solid. It is still standing.
Cool. And I will do my second attack now. Plus 9.
I think this could be it.
Sorry, plus 8. All right, roll.
This could be it.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's a hit.
Okay. It's a hit. It's a hit. Let's pray. Let's 2d6 plus 11 plus 2. Let me just make sure that I can't
Add
do
anything
else. No. I suppose I could try to do a blazing orbit through it, which I've done before. Like rolling acrobatics checks to like drag it
Do you
around.
have enough attunement?
I don't need attunement to do that. I just have to be attuned to photon, which I am. But let me just roll this first. So first of all, that's 20 damage from the hit.
It is still standing, but it is
Okay.
just like lurching back and forwards as its
Can
tentacles whip forward and back. I think you should.
Okay, and I shall. So what would you like me to do before you've had me roll acrobatics checks?
That is the way the rule works. Yeah.
Okay, great. So she's gonna try and kind of like bob and weave, pulling this move action behind her through the tentacles, and you're gonna be able to take some attacks on me as I move through these squares.
You will. Every single square you
But
move
with
through.
concealment.
Yeah.
So the first one I'll move through here, right? That
Yeah.
he's in, right? And this is D20 plus 7. Okay, so my first acrobatics roll is
Is that a hit?
I did 21.
All right, you're good. Is that a hit? Is the 25 a hit against you?
25 would be yes.
All right, let's see if the concealment guides you. No dice. You have
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So you how much do you hit me for?
I am going to hit you for a total of minimum damage, 8 points.
Okay, great. So that's 1 point of damage. Or one movement square.
Mhm.
Let's do another one through these tentacles here.
All right, he swings, he hits again.
Okay. D20 plus 7.
Your concealment catches it. You also succeed on your acrobatics check.
All right.
So the first one, a tentacle clips you and you start to go over sideways and you dive into this clean roll over top a piece of the flesh, like
Cool.
crushing one of these worms as it squelches out of it.
So that's 10 damage from that one. Because the other one wasn't successful, so you're not letting me apply damage, right? Because it would have landed outside of the space. Because it
Yeah,
wasn't-
absolutely. Well,
Got
then
it,
the
got it.
second
So the
one,
second
where
one?
the dark fire of the sun erupts underneath this thing, it like starts to tear pieces of this creature away and starts to like rip it up from inside as you continue your dash across it, the fire, this like dark fire, opens this creature up, who screams in this terrible screech and tears it into 2 pieces before the two flop down on the ground. The wall of fire disappears. The creature dies halfway inside of Jabby, and Kia flopping out limply.
I didn't like that sentence at all.
Sorry.
Except for the part where we won. That I liked. Yeah, that's good. So she looks down at this like grossness and she says, enjoy your trip home. And then she just like turns around towards everybody and sees Jabby and runs over.
I'll be back.
Ah! God.
And it disintegrates into smoke.
Literally, heck.
Yeah.
Great.
We're gonna get some medical attention.
Guys,
to
get over to
Jabby.
Jabby. Jabby,
Yeah.
the bravest among you, who leapt literally into fire for his friends, is resuscitated back to
Yes.
aliveness.
Jabby, are you all right?
How many fingers am I holding up?
Have you always
Say
had
4.
4?
Kia, this isn't a group participation.
4?
Close enough. All right.
Yeah, this is
Jabby, we did it! We did it! It's
We
dead.
won?
Well, sort of. It's
the only way to
It's
truly kill him
back
would
in
be
hell.
to go there and kill. We'd have to go to hell. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm not that smart. I'm not.
And honestly, I as much as I'd like to do that, I don't think I have the energy for another trip. So let's just
What?
get out of here.
Well, I think I have a new idea for a long-term project.
And what's that, buddy?
I'm gonna nuke it.
You're
I'm gonna nuke it with that planar binding thing and have it explode for forever, I think. And then I'll take a nap.
Okay. Well, maybe we should try. You know what? That sounds like a great. However many star shards that takes, we'll commit them. But for now, we did it, everyone. We killed an arc devil. Is nobody else thinking that's super cool? That's the biggest thing I've ever hunted before in my whole life.
That's very loud.
I share your enthusiasm, Mamaruk, but just give us a second, please.
Sorry. But it was pretty cool, though.
It was pretty cool.
How'd you do it?
What?
How'd you do it?
Oh. She says, well, we all did it, but I think ultimately I dragged it through the dying star matter. I don't know that much about it. You'd have to ask Goruk about it, but I thought it was pretty cool. But I wouldn't have been able to do it without this.
I'm so
Gabby
glad we're
takes notes on making a new finishing move for Amaruk in the fighting game.
Oh, yes. Finisher.
Nice.
She says, well, what do we need to do? What about this place? We still don't really know what this is. There was that big baby before?
Well, I have it with me.
The whole time you're just wearing a baby backpack.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I hope I didn't squish it.
Well, let's make sure all of you have whatever you need to study before we leave.
Wait, crew, before we leave, before we leave, I wanted to apologize. It turned out that the creature that I thought was redeemable was, I suppose, not. I've been right about this kind of thing before. I know I have, but I feel like I really brought y'all into some more danger, or at least prolonged the inevitable fight. So I want to say sorry. I just had a really good feeling. It was such a nice feeling.
Amaru kind of scratches her head for a second and is like, well, yeah, I mean, you were wrong this time, but I've never known anyone with a heart big enough to believe an Archdevil was capable of redemption. And that's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Kindness
Okay.
Sorry.
Kindness is never a weakness, Kia. And finding the best in others is not a weakness.
Can we just go?
Oh, okay.
Great.
Oh my god, it's so not my thing. It makes me feel weird.
Jabby looks deeply uncertain about that statement, and then the rest of you all take off with your two surviving Vlaka.
Amaruk's gonna offer to carry Jabby the way that they've done in the past, with like on her shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And she like goes up to the Vlaka and pats them on the back, and they do their like hunting handshake that all Vlaka apparently have that I've made up
what
just
is that?
now.
What is that? I don't
Oh,
feel like
I
it's
didn't
a.
want
I
you to
don't
F
feel
up.
like it's a handshake. I feel. So here's from my knowledge of wolves and wolf-like creatures,
Uh-huh.
right?
Go for it.
Being like dogs with a little bit of wolf in them, which I've owned a couple of, right? It's not so like the post hunt and like we're doing the same thing together is
Yeah.
not like a like hand grabbing or like that engaged. It has nothing to do
Yeah.
with eye contact, because that would imply that that
Yeah.
would fuck with your rank, right? It's just a bump.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. She kind of walks past them and does that like the head butt thing with them.
Yeah,
And pats them and continues on.
absolutely.
Oof.
Yeah.
So
Woof.
you all emerge out into the light up above. The facility below you is now quiet, silent. Whatever electricity Jabby took into himself when he set off that trap has now caused this place to just die. A soft and simple death. And as you look up, the sun is just about to pass behind the planet above, the long night beginning. And the force field has been disabled, and Mark floats the ship down and picks you up. And you all take off, heading back to Bright Claw. It's time for me to roll some dice.
I
Oh.
don't like that.
And
Me neither.
It doesn't have to be something that I do. I'm gonna roll 4 dice for like the 4 quarters of this assault to see how each one of them went for the various different, or not for the various different populations. And if you guys want, I think it'd be cool if you guys rolled these. You don't have to if you don't want to, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
I mean, sure, we could do
I'm
that.
I'm okay with rolling one.
There are 4
Yeah.
rules. There are 4 of
Rolling.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a couple different parts of the population, and each one of you is going to roll for how they fared, right? There's obviously the Vlaka, right? There's the like red light district and the like core of Besmara's rest people.
I got that one.
Cool. There's the android population and kind of like the underground, almost uncensus existing people that exist in Bright Claw. And then lastly, there's the expatriates and the people who are in Bright Claw but don't really like 100% fit there yet and have like come there to start a business or something.
Yep.
So that sounds like Jabby, he's taken that.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Castor has taken the androids. And Anne, I can roll the Vlaka if you would like me to.
No, I'll do it.
You sound really resistant to the idea.
I'm just
and
really
that's why I'm
bad
offering.
at rolling, but it's okay. I'm the queen.
So what
I gotta do it.
What you all have done during the time, right, is going to create positives and negatives, but mostly positives that are going to affect this roll. All of that is on my side, right?
Okay.
But the bottom line is that what the roll represents is the luck that underlies everything, right? And in a world where the D20 is as powerful as we know it is in this
Right.
world, right? In a meta sense, the D20 does decide how these things fall out. Now, I will say one thing. The Vlaka are going to get an extra D6 because they're Vlaka and because of the training that they have. So you'll roll a D6 with your D20.
Okay. I'm holding them close.
And the people
charging
from
them.
Bessie's Rest will get an extra D4 because of their armament that they have hidden away that you guys don't know about, or everyone but Kia knows about.
So funny.
All right. Do we want to do this one at a time? Let's do it one at
Yeah.
a time. Who wants to go
Sure.
first?
I will. Question.
Yes.
Did I manage to pick up my decoupler grenade before I left?
Of course. I'm not going to steal that from you. Absolutely.
Cool. Just making sure because it's expensive. Okay.
Ooh.
So I roll a d20, no modifiers.
Yes.
Boom. Roll d20.
Go.
Going.
Go, D20.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's a natural 2 on the dice.
Ooh,
Well, it is what it is.
doof.
I wanted to roll.
So, as you guys get back to Brightclaw and get the like situation report, it seems that there is a second almost wave that splashed into the eastern side of Brightclaw, and that basically came up right underneath the split, right? The district that the androids live in.
Yeah.
It was really, really nasty, and to boot, the way that the kind of infection affected the androids was entirely different, right? Rather than transforming them and causing them to grow, right? It just caused them to waste away, slowly but surely, and it was much, much harder to remove the creatures once they were discovered from the androids. However, the erupting out of androids from that area has caused people to realize for the first time what's going on, right? The malnutrition, like bad, terrible state that these androids are in suggests that all of the funds that have been going to the split to rebuild it up has been stolen.
Shit.
So,
Okay.
good thing, bad thing. Truth has been outed. All right,
Yeah.
who's
Yes.
next?
I'll go.
None of us want any of this responsibility. It's amazing.
19. So the expatriate and kind of a flexible community was pretty much brought together by the Vesk owners of the bar, whose name is escaping me right now. But they immediately, as soon as they knew that something was up with the Vlaka, rallied the people, figured out what was going on, contacted Dirtbath, and brought everyone into the second and third and roof floors. So by the time the
Nice.
attack reached Brightclaw, these people were already on the roofs, right?
Nice.
Ready for defense. You did not lose many of these people, and this is also going to strengthen their position in Brightclaw moving forward. Next up. Who's next?
I'll
It's up to
go.
you.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, that is a 20.
Yes.
21.
21. Natural 20?
Natural 20, yeah.
Feels good.
Feels real nice.
Best
real nice after that.
Day I've had, yeah.
Nice. It's nice to have it after the 2.
Yeah.
So
Fucking yes.
the news reports that arrive afterwards. Actually, you know what? Before I tell this part of the story, I want to see how the Vlaka do.
Okay. All right. I've been holding these dice in my hands so tightly.
They're warm now.
I'm glad that they are made of metal because they might have been crushed otherwise. All right. 16.
16.
Sorry. 14.
It's an appropriate roll.
Yeah.
Being the first hit, being probably the least prepared and having the least like multi-story buildings, right? The Vlaka were in trouble for the beginning, right? Strong community leadership is really what saved them from complete disaster, and the holdouts that were left inside of the community after the massive evacuation to Brightclaw was what saved a lot of the people. However, the evacuation of Bright Claw backfired in some way. The conglomeration of population caused this the perfect place for the worms to burrow out of the ground and into a vulnerable populace. Now, what's hard is that this mess and chaos would have absolutely torn everyone in there apart. And as soon as the brutes started forming, right, they would have just ripped other people to bits.
Yeah.
But little did you know that you actually had a problem brewing underneath your nose, because the leaders of the community of Bessie's Rest had been stockpiling weapons. Seriously, stockpiling weapons. Probably... No one's going to say it now, certainly not you, but Dirthbath will whisper in your ear that they were preparing for a coup.
Ah!
Cool. Or coup, I guess.
God damn it.
This disaster has exposed their treachery in their sheer desperation to survive. And, to boot, they have also saved a large portion of the Vlaka population that just would have been torn to shreds.
And the ones at the other city are just like fine, right?
They were not attacked at all, no.
Yeah, okay. Just like, I mean,
Yeah.
okay. But like, where's Goruk though? Where's the boy? And
Wait,
do
let me
not
get-
make, I was like, do not make me roll for that shit.
Let me get a more appropriately colored dice for this.
Oh
It's
yeah.
black and
This
red.
is my ish.
It's also my Strahd dice.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no-y.
Jeez.
It's cursed.
Get it?
Okay. Goruk's alive.
Okay.
Goruk managed to save about 80 Vlaka. Or no, excuse me, around 800 Vlaka. Did something just happen, Anne?
Oh, I'm just proud of
Yeah.
him.
He saved close to 800 Vlaka, getting them to the various different places that they need to be, organizing defenses, saving children. But in the only way that he was able to do this was by never treating himself. So the multiple worms burrowed into him and started to change him, but his willpower and strength allowed him to push through the mind control of the rage, and he used it rather than being taken over by it. You find him in one of these field hospitals that's been set up. And Amaruk, you press through the draped pieces of plastic to set these various different pieces apart, and the different bedrooms apart, right, and keeps everything sterile. And he lays there as black as night, as he always has been. And as you come in, his eye opens. There's only one of them now.
Yeah.
The other one has a beautifully terrible scar through it,
Yeah.
covered with gauze, and which is still filled with blood. And he says, "Huh, you made it too, I see."
What happened?
Well, they just kept chewing at me, and they wouldn't stop. And then, well, they started to change me. And he picks up his right arm,
Yeah.
and it is covered in that strange black glass.
That's so fucking cool. Sorry, it's not great in character, but I'm having a hard time.
So metal though.
Lit. Yeah.
And his hands are shaped into these long, articulated claws
Yeah.
with needle-like points.
Yeah.
And he says, well, they gave me a new paw.
The I'm sorry. When you say they, you mean the creatures or the medical staff?
The creatures.
And are they still influencing you in some way?
Maybe they are.
It's not really a laughing matter, Goruk.
All right.
But I'm I'm so grateful that you were there.
You should be. After all, where were you? Trancing off after who knows what?
I was retrieving the legacy of our people. And she
Oh.
pulls the prime claw out of the Solarian crystal, like, or of the she pulls this out of her moat,
Mhm.
and she holds it between their paws, and she says, I was, killing the Archdevil that was doing all of this, but I was also learning that you and I are more similar than perhaps I knew. That there's a fucking gravity between us. And I'm not sure it is avoidable. But we've never really talked about it.
The edges of his mouth just crinkles up slightly, showing just
Yeah.
the littlest bit of teeth. And he says, "Oh, then we should talk first, Claw. Before
should
you
talk.
get all caught up in it."
You're the worst. You've always been the absolute worst. And she is like holding on to him. She's kind of like laughing about it, but she's also like very seriously annoyed. And she says, for so many years you have yipped at my heels. You have challenged me. You have lusted, some say, after my sister, who is, I understand, pretty cool. But I just want to move past the bullshit. I want to know why you're unlike other Vlaka with your grasping. Why is that?
Well, Amaruk, maybe. He looks off to the side. His single eye giving a long blink. Oh, how do I put this? I think, Amaruk, that your curiosity about my difference is maybe the best part of you. But okay. Maybe we stop playing like pups. Maybe we start playing like adults.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
But look, it has been a long day, and I am
Oh my god.
in a hospital bed. So maybe you should go take care of your kingdom, and I'll just be the silent hero in bed again.
Cool. I'll make sure you don't get any credit. And she pats him on the chest.
He growls at you.
Yeah, and she says, I know you like it like that.
Sorry.
He will never be satisfied. He will never be satisfied.
All right, all right. Yo. All right. We need to. I don't. That's the bow for Amaruk,
Yeah.
certainly.
Yeah.
Does anyone else feel like they need a bow?
I think you know what bow that I want, Miles.
Caster, you got to run this. Run it for me. What are you doing? What's going on?
Yes.
Tell me your ideal.
My ideal?
Yeah.
I would like to think that Caster like retires to his study, like just in his room.
Yeah.
And just kind of, bow tie off, everything's just like unbuttoned, and he's just sort of like, sitting there breathing and just like, is it over? It is over, but is it not really over?
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's gonna be more. And just kind of like suspended and just like,
yeah.
Screensaver, just a screensaver around his face, and I think from the window, there he sees some movement. And when he goes to see it, it appears to be some sort of like there's just the regular stuff sitting on the windowsill,
Yeah.
but there's like an extra glass.
And there's a double of a glass that you left
There's
there.
a double,
Yeah.
exact double of glass.
Nice.
And he's like, okay. And he goes to inspect it.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to take too much from you, Miles, if you want to do anything.
Parker,
Well,
please
Yeah.
give it to us.
Okay.
We're
Please,
dying.
Give us the business.
Give us that
And
biz.
And he takes it like from the windowsill and just sort of looks at it and like inspects it.
And two eyes appear on the side. Of
Yes.
it.
And he goes, oh, sorry. And then like puts it back on the windowsill and then turns around and they're like trying to look at it.
Apologizes to him.
Or can I help you?
And I imagine it like unfurls, right? Maybe
Yeah.
you put it on the windowsill, but not quite right, and it falls off and should shatter like a glass, but instead it like spins out into.
I imagine it slams and then like kind of like putty, just sort of like the glass kind of like wilts, and then just melts into this amorphous blob creature, sort of this like violet hue, and it's just sort of just like, it's just kind of like wiggling, and it's just like, oh sorry, oh god, and he takes like he finds a bowl or something like that and like scoops him up and then puts him like on the windowsill, and then sees the two little eyes just kind of poke out.
Bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
Over the top of the bowl.
Oh, sorry there. And you notice that the window was open the entire time.
Yeah.
And that is exactly how it happened. Like, you are a very interesting little critter, aren't you? Oh, I didn't mean to frighten you there. I just didn't remember putting another glass there. Are you hungry, little guy? I have some rations.
Just like out of your hand. Beautiful.
Okay, well, as long as you're friendly, you can stay here, rent-free. As long as you're friendly, okay? You're a nice little slimy boy.
It turns into a second bowl inside the bowl and grows two eyes.
Fascinating. Very fascinating.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
I would love one.
Yes, Dex.
Yes.
As the ship lands and everyone goes off doing their things, Jabby goes for a bit of a roundabout way back to the keep. Just kind of taking in the destruction and seeing how some of the streets are emptier than they normally are, and it's a bit too familiar. Um, and he sees the different people from the expatriates, how they're working through the wreckage and delegating different things, and he sees the Vesks going about their business, and he takes a moment to stop and watch for a bit, and sees where some drones fell, and sees where some of the corpse workers were doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and he he heads back to the keep, and he goes to his room, and locks the door, turns on the sound muffling, and starts to journal, starts to take notes of everything, but stops because he can't find a way to start. Um, and then he sits on his bed and rereads The Warrior and the Wumpus 6 times. And it falls off his bed as he's reading it, and he starts on a project again, trying to add in new sections to his expansive immersive world thing. And he goes to one of the archived sections, and a familiar little village appears in a jungle, and a dusty workshop shows up, and in the center, in the center of the town, um, there's a large uh, festival set up, but the square is empty and the gifts sit unopened. Uh, and in the silence of his room, you don't hear the scream, but it's there.
Great. I'm tempted to add something.
Please do.
So inside of your simulation, you're like connected to the internet, right? You have a connection.
Yeah.
As you sit and look at this memory, you hear a voice behind you that says, "You've been leaving things out of your reports." That won't be tolerated. And all of your investments will be torn away from you. I just wanted to give this to you as a friendly reminder of why you're here. Good luck, and be more diligent. We are watching.
Of course.
Just
Okay. No.
Elena, do you want anything, or is that?
Yeah. Yes. Well, what Kia was gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh yikes. What
Sorry.
Kia was gonna do. No, it's great. Was she was gonna like head back to her bunk, pick up Brispecs the Squawks, and take him on a walk outside of town to where Victor's, I guess, shrine to Vesmara is. And she's kind of hoping that he doesn't notice her come up, or that he's not there, so that she can just like sit by it and just think over and over to herself, how do I tell the good monsters from the bad monsters? How do I tell the good monsters from the bad monsters?
Great. Amazing. So as you sit there and you start to like think about this, and you're trying to figure out what a monster is and how to like decide the two of these, you feel this like presence behind you. right? And you like kind of want to turn around, but you find in like the most calm way that you can't. You can't move. And the squawks begins to like shake and starts to whimper in your lap. And a voice says, "See, the thing is, kid, there aren't good and bad monsters. Everybody's just a little bit selfish. Monster's a word they give you to make themselves feel better. So stand up for yourself. Keep your crew safe. And kill everyone who stands in your way."
Kia kind of like giggles to herself. She's gotten to the point of pure exhaustion that phrase is utterly hysterical.
That's us for tonight, folks.
What just happened? I can't live like this. Oh my god!
What the hell?
Oh.
Gabby, I'll fucking kill you. No, I'm kidding. I won't.
There
I
is
won't,
no war in
because you're
Bossing
You're
Say.
sweet,
Oh.
boy. Holy shit! I
Man.
cannot wait for table talk.
Yes.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, everyone, we will be back very, very soon to chatter about everything that just happened. Some of us won't be able to say too much. Some of us will.
Say it. No, I'm kidding.
But we do a little bit of talk back after each of our Thursday shows, so don't go anywhere. Enjoy the rest of the evening with us. Get
Throw
yourself
your questions in chat.
Exactly. Throw your
Sorry.
questions in chat and go get a drink of water, because God knows I need one. We will be right back, and Besmara bless you all. Don't go anywhere. See you in a flash. Welcome back, everyone. We were just like gushing about how awesome we are, and now it's your turn.
Tell us more. Well, so we already have a new friend to the show, Asmo Danakar says that was a good game, folks. Excellent group, excellent GM.
Thank you so
thank
much,
you so
Asmo.
much.
She
Thank
said it's
you.
his
Thank
favorite Starfinder stream, and I'm dying because it's mine too.
Aww.
Something we have
That's
in common.
amazing.
I
Oh,
love it. I
awesome.
love this game so much. Oh
I
my
know.
god.
God.
Mm.
Thank you so much. That's very
So I wanna. I don't know. Anytime I drop like huge bombs on y'all, I feel like I have to apologize a little bit, right? Because that Dex thing is a thing that we've been planning since Dex made his character.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, it has somewhere to go, and obviously you only know that meta-wise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I expect all of you to forget it instantly.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Forget what? What
It's
you
not-
mean?
It's so well done because like I just never saw it,
Good.
but it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Jabby, our slumber parties.
Mm.
In my head canon, Kia and Jabby have video game VHS viewing slumber parties.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Oh, thank you.
And
I don't
he's
see
why that
always
has
to
on
end.
all of them. Oh,
Fern says in chat, I'm so sorry I missed the stream tonight, but I like you guys so much that I'm here for the afterglow.
yes, we're
Aw,
into that.
nice.
Thanks for
Cool.
coming
Thank
by.
you.
We have a big
Yeah.
afterglow tonight. Check out this
Yeah, it's
shirt that
been-
Helena bought for me. I'm super hype about
Roll
it.
for damn damn. And roll
made-
for damn damn,
made it.
we did.
We
You
did.
did it.
Big
I don't
damn
think
damn.
I missed the boss tonight.
You didn't. And it had
Which
the
was
largest AC of any creature that you
Great.
Wow.
fought.
Amazed.
Yeah,
Amazed.
I made that boy to be really, really tough, and y'all just ripped him to shreds. I thought I had at least it's totally behind the screen. I added 60 more hit points when you guys got him. Almost
Yeah.
killed him. I was like,
That'll happen.
that wasn't exciting enough. Let me just real quick.
That's amazing.
I love
think,
that.
I think we did some smart things, and I
Mhm.
think, I think that it, took down one player, but like it was, yeah. I think we made some smart choices at the time, and we didn't let ourselves get caught up in certain things that
Yeah.
we could have. But yeah, I mean that could have gone either way, just depending on environmental circumstance.
Yeah.
If it had gotten that firewall up first before we approached it,
Mhm.
then we all would have been taking firewalls of damage to even get
Yeah.
to it
Yeah.
Yeah.
or be able to see past it.
Because that's no joke.
Yeah.
That was
No,
No,
rough.
it's not.
it's really not.
That was a time. That was a time. Man, the Prime Claw, I have it back. What a time to be
You
alive.
do.
It's very
Lord.
exciting.
United, and it feels so good.
I know. It feels so good. It really does. What was, I guess, like, Miles, how did you expect us to handle that situation?
I thought you'd be quicker to kill it.
I fucking tried.
Yeah, we gotta stop
No, no,
Amaruk
no,
from
no, no.
doing that.
The other, it's one of two things for me because you are the group that many GMs dream of, right? Who does not swing first, right? Who is always the group that asks questions before attacking,
Yeah.
right? Like there are probably 2 encounters total that you guys have just like leapt into
Went
head
into.
first.
Yeah.
Even when I'm like, obviously this thing wants to eat you, and
Yeah.
you're like, but
Yeah.
friend, and when
But
and
friend,
I didn't
please?
realize how powerful that word was.
Yeah.
If you can
Yeah.
manipulate us, you can play us like a fiddle with
Yeah.
the word friend.
Well, see, like
Really
me,
easy.
IRL, I'm like, but for Jabby, yeah. That's a
Well,
big one.
I liked the dichotomy of like Amaruk was 100p wrong last time, right?
Mhm.
She wouldn't have known about the claw and the situation had they not given the creature a chance, which was useful, and that is what Kia wanted them to do. Now, the question that is always going to haunt us, I think, continuing in this campaign, which has kind of been a question for Amaruk for a little while now, is how soon do you make the call? When you're a leader, when do you call it and start swinging? And when do you hear someone out? And I think, Amaruk felt from the start that this was a devil and that no deal. I mean, we already had that, like, thinking back episodes and episodes again, where she told Dirtbath, like, I'm tired of being stupid, right? She knows that, like, as smart as these people are, you're never going to outsmart the inevitable, which is what a devil represents, you know? And so on some level, it's that's a really interesting situation to be in when you have someone or ones in the party who are like, no, there's more to learn here and you're not smart. So I think that's why she didn't just push past her friends and start killing this thing, right?
Yeah.
Because she knows she's not smart.
Yeah.
It's been proven to her by these very same people she was disagreeing with her how not smart she is.
I have one thing that I regret about this episode, and that is that Amaruk didn't start a death cult to appease this devil.
I know, right?
That would never have happened. Similarly,
You thought about it.
I thought about it, but I already knew that this thing, the truth is that Amaruk was never going to take that deal. But she wanted this thing to monologue and to tell her what it would do in that situation, because that's helpful for when it comes back, right?
Right.
What could it do? I'm stupid. Please tell me how smart I could be with you by my side, because that's how she feels she got the one up on this fragment of him, this other devil, right? On the side of the volcano, was because she knew that she let the villain monologue and feel like the villain was safe, that she might get to make the first swing. And that's the only thing that Amaruk knows how to do, is to swing at the right time.
I mean, she is pretty good at it.
Yeah, that's what she'd do.
Yeah. It was a fascinating moment.
It was certainly tricky trying to think of, well, what if we do this? What if we do this? Because obviously we can't give Castor away. And then it's like I'll do it. I was like, oh no, I'm feeling real things, because I see Parker's face hearing that, and I'm like, nope, not option. So then it was just very interesting. It's like, well, what if we sacrificed another planet? What if we gave you like mining rights? What if? And then it's just like, oh gosh.
Yeah, Helena?
I was about to be like, want my soul? And I was like, shit, you don't want that. Nasty.
No.
That's not what you want. I was like, take mine. It's like, no, take Castor's. Just up the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the other thing that it was kind of a no-go for both Anne and Amaruk, I think, was the idea that a set amount of years will always feel cheap compared to the lives of her crew.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Crew that are being paid, right? And have their homes here now, right? But crew, people she cares about, like, it's never going to be, for Avlaka, I think personal relationships matter a lot. And
I mean, to be clear, for the next time that I try to offer you something for your soul, it won't like take your life, right? You'll still be here and be able to like do your thing, and you'll have some requirements, but when you do die, you go to a very specific place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be like Sam Winchester, Dead-eyed everywhere.
Yeah. Spider says, I half expected you to try to offer Elo's world, including Swarm, and that was on the table. That was, if it hadn't been good, like if it hadn't felt like the right time to swing, that was my next play. But I also know that Jabby and Kia really like the Swarm.
I really do like
and
the Swarm.
She's like, if I'm gonna let these people have have something to enjoy that I don't agree with, I'd rather it be the Swarm than an Arc Devil. That seemed like a good trade in her mind.
I mean, my question is, when did you guys see any of this coming? At what point did you kind of become aware of like, oh, this is gonna be the bad guy?
I didn't.
I always thought. It was just weird. This thing. It didn't really seem like it was innocent, just being taken advantage of.
It's an arc devil. It's an arc devil. It was always the fucking bad guy. We just
Okay.
know there are other bad people in the building. Like, it was never not the bad guy.
Yeah, you guys
I know.
never found out
So-
that guy's name, and I can't let you know it
Right.
now, which is kind of
Right.
a bummer.
Because
Yeah.
the thing, for me at least, is I see Devil Demon and I immediately think, okay, blow it the fuck up.
Yeah.
But I also, at the time, didn't realize, okay, this is a demon, or this is a devil. And then I just thought, like, okay, it is a creepy space monster. We in space. Okay, cool. Learn information. And also, like, it's being used as a battery. It looks pretty, not being able to do much. And then going to be like, okay, cool. Because it's an arc devil, then my brain is like, okay, we can't kill an arc devil outright. Like, I didn't think, like, okay, maybe we could get rid of the physical body, but it's still out there in an entity. So I'd rather maybe try and make a deal where it's not going to be swinging at us down the line. And then, who knows? But
It's gonna
then
be.
having the whole thing that happened in the control room, I was like, oh boy. So,
I mean, I think on one level, I think you're absolutely right that we do have something to worry about, right? Or future generations have something to worry about, because like this thing said, this thing could be a problem for us next arc, or it might not, because this is Tuesday in a millennium of years of eternity, right?
right.
But knowing that it was here is power in some way, I guess. I
Mhm.
feel like this was about drawing a line in the sand and saying, like, no, this is our planet. And even then, it wasn't even ours to begin with. It's certainly not yours,
Mhm.
because someone made a deal that said you could hurt whatever was here. What's your thought, Helena?
Spider just brought up a really cool thing. They said, I mean, was the devil the BBEG? It's still more about who set up the mad science with it, which is where Kia's brain was at, and which is also where Helena's brain is at.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the pure exploitation of a creature for personal gain. That to me is the bigger, badder evil.
Yeah,
Oh,
exploiting an archdevil. Like, sure, it's evil incarnate, but like, you're using that power and trying to manipulate it out of like its own agency.
I mean, to be clear, you're absolutely correct that the whatever it is that decided it needed to use an arc devil as a battery is clearly the thing that we will be fighting later,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
On today, we were served an archdevil, and I
Right.
knew
What
that
are we
was a
getting
bad
next week?
dessert, and I wanted to send it back to the kitchen.
Let's be clear, you were served like the leftover half of an archdevil.
All right, Miles. Let me have this feeling of killing an archdevil. Let me just.
Because, like, again, I'm like, I did have a
Yeah.
lot of fun, though, with the, hey, you get the surface of the planet. I'm just like, no, I see what you did there with wording.
Yeah.
No.
I,
That's why I was like, no.
I thank you, Spider, but I should have said this is Thursday to me. 'Cause
Yeah, it's a Thursday to me.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah, Thursday to you.
That's
true.
I regretted it.
yeah.
Was that
Yeah.
was that an M Bison reference, by the way? That it's just Tuesday for me.
No, not for me, but yeah, totally.
And I say that a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, is that Street Fighter the movie?
And
that-
my life is Street Fighter the movie. Speaking of
Uh,
which, Hadouken!
Where was Castor's head when Castor was the one that the devil? Ooh, sorry, excuse me for that borp. Where was Castor's head?
Yeah, and all your friends were like, yeah, okay, maybe. What about 20,000 years for my friend's soul?
That
I
wasn't
mean,
a thing.
he would totally. So Castor would totally sacrifice himself for the crew. That is not a point of contention. That's just his character. He is willing to put other people over himself if it means keeping them safe. However, it would also mean giving a piece of Waden to an archdevil, which would definitely have ramifications in the future and things that he could not possibly predict.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, so you want me. Now I have leverage to negotiate.
Yeah.
I could, if you want to take me by force, I will just renew.
Mm-hmm.
Take myself out of the picture if it makes things easier. But yeah, it was a very I never have really thought until this point of the android concept of renewal being used as, I don't know, like an intimidation.
Leverage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's like that's what I thought was really cool about it.
Yeah.
Whether or not Castor was going to do that, if things got really certainly bad, yes, I would think that he would, just to get it out of the reach of. But that also means willingly like ending his life, just like literally just pulling the plug.
I think there's a kind of like nerve-wracking nature, I think, in that moment that I was like getting emotional because I felt like how many other people in that moment, I just Amarug like zoomed out of her own existence in the context of an eternal evil standing in front of them. How many other people are going to have to sacrifice a piece of them, a piece of a god, a piece of some other greater power for one ancestry to live on a new planet? Like, and I think that kind of contextualized what she's asking of them on a daily basis, and in a like a way that's it's obvious, right? Because she hired them for a job back in the day, but she didn't necessarily think it would go the way it has or so far. And that was a scary realization. She's like, so we're gonna start weakening God so people can get off a dying planet? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It was very big picture negotiating, and it was very nerve-wracking, to say the least. Yeah.
There's a lot that's been folded up into and other duties.
Oh, yeah.
And other duties as necessary.
Dear Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a mood. What do you guys think your next like evils that you have to deal with are?
Cthulhu.
Yes.
Cthulhu first and foremost. Yes.
Oh man.
Cthulhu.
I mean,
So cute.
Introspection.
I think we still have so much on the table. Like, we still don't know what's going to happen with Elo, even though we weakened his position, right? We still don't know what's going to happen with the dwarves, because we weren't able to go back there and see, like, are they enslaving people? What's happening? Like, there are these two other people, and it's definitely pointing out, I think, that nobody's having a great time trying to, colonize or make a life on these new planets.
Also the coup. The casual
yeah,
coup
but there's
that
like
you
a
now know
coup.
about.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
A casual coup.
You better hope I never find out in game that you knew about it. You're like,
I don't know. If
I
she
don't
get
know.
Miles, we'll talk.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought you were implying that she did, but in any case, yeah, no, that would be insane. But yeah, no, I mean, there's so much going on that we don't know about. And for those of you who've been on the Patreon, which I'll just throw in chat in case you want to check it out.
Yeah, for real.
The Patreon is, and this hasn't been completely finalized, we're considering giving, our viewers and our patrons more ownership over how this world develops, when what the world does when God isn't watching. No. and what we have to deal with, right? And contend with, because we want Brightclaw to live, and you guys have taken so much ownership over it already that it kind of makes sense. So if that's something you want to help out with, it's definitely, the Patreon is a good place to be.
Yeah, go vote in the poll for today, because it's gonna help us guide our
figure out what we're gonna do for that. But yeah, I mean, it's there's so many things we don't know. There are so many things. Every time we leave the planet and come back, we find out we didn't know something.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Very scurry.
Yeah.
Cat. It's a cat.
It's a cat.
Cthulhu.
cat butt. Where's my cat butt
Cthulhu
emote?
rises.
Why didn't surprise draw a cat butt emote?
I don't know, man.
Release the butthole cut.
You know why. You didn't commission it.
She
gonna do
deserves
one.
some level of privacy.
She clearly
Balls all
doesn't.
over.
She clearly doesn't.
Hey.
She doesn't know
Uh,
she's
I
on
wish I were a
camera.
Oh man, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd love to hear any reactions to the poll in chat right now.
Mhm.
How you feeling about your secret being outed, Dex?
It's honestly a relief. Also, it ratchets the tension up
Yeah.
because mostly it's just like, okay, I'm keeping tabs on what I am and am not doing,
Mhm.
and also trying to keep track of like how much time is passing. Um, but it was also like, oh, it's fine. We got happy fun times, and then it's like, oh man, yeah, no, I'm still clocked in.
You don't have
Uh,
you don't
oh
have to
boy.
you don't have to reveal anything, but in my mind, the voice was similar to the G-Man in the Half-Life series.
I
Just like
should
the-
have
Yeah, I
done
was
that.
picturing Palpatine.
You
So
been
no one can say
leaving
anything.
things out of
So
your
Dex and
reports.
Miles have to have poker face here, but between us three chickens and chat, do we think it's Elo Catch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
He's a
I
young
am.
whiz kid. He's IT incarnate.
Yeah, I know. It makes complete sense. I just don't want it to be true.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know. I don't have enough information to assume, so I will
Yeah.
wait until the next sessions to gather up more
Man, I
evidence.
can't wait.
Where Anne and I are like, he's a witch. Burn him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then where
You'll have
we're
to
like
catch me
this,
first.
where we're like he's a lich, but then Kia's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Liches are people too, and I'm like, liches get stitches, and that's how it goes.
But I'm so cute and small.
I know you are.
The tiny
Crushable
little
sized.
witch.
Oh my god. Yeah, it is just like a great situation in general.
Yeah.
Just like that the interpersonal relationships, I know we're kind of like circle jerking a little bit, but the interpersonal relationships are always what I care the most about in role-playing games, and finding a group that also cares about that and knows how to give each other a good time is like so not something you always find every day. So I'm glad I have you guys to cry
Yeah.
with.
Happy to
'Cause
be here.
if it's not PTSD and D, was I even playing?
What you doing?
Right.
Yeah, what are you doing with your life? So also, just like as a like before we table this conversation,
Goruk?
Goruk. What
Mm.
just happened? So
Play
I
late
was
was
just trying to
bad.
like have a conversation, but then right after it, I read chat and I was like, "Oh my god, was he flirting with me?"
I thought you were flirting with. He thought you were
Well,
flirting with
No,
him.
I know I kind of was,
You're
but
like,
I wasn't sure
There's
if he
a
was
gravity
flirting back. I couldn't
between
tell.
us, and I just.
We're t-
Goruk, we
Let's-
can't stay apart for too long.
oh my
Gravity
god.
Maybe
between us.
I'll fall apart like a comet.
Oh my god, whisper those sweet doggy nothings. Doggy style. No, I'm kidding.
These
I'm
you-
sorry.
These universal forces, Goruk, they're just
Let's just be real.
irresistible.
I mean, maybe we stop playing like pups. Maybe we start playing like adults.
Yeah, like
Yo,
you
that
just think
shit-
That was
That's where I was like, wait. Oh.
Oh,
Maybe he just wants to talk.
There?
Use bigger words. I don't know. But no, and it's just great. Okay, Spider says Miles has been making Goruk flirt with every line for months.
It's true.
That's why I have trouble dating.
That's why.
Because I don't know what's happening.
Ooh.
That's like a story for another day. Smell my butt. No, but legitimately, legit.
Chat.
It was great. And I'm very excited about what that means. And also, I realized only afterwards, I was like, am I just rewriting a dyad in the forest a little bit? I didn't really mean to. But is that what we're doing? Are we just rewriting the elements that I didn't like about the last Star Wars film and making it better? I hope that we do.
Listen, we can
Don't
have
at me
Go.
because I don't talk about Star Wars with people on the internet. So that's the hard and fast rule.
We can have a
but
whole talk.
Join the
about it.
Discord.
join the Discord. Yeah, well, I'll be
Oh,
talking
man.
about it in the Discord. I'll throw it in the chat. So
All I'm gonna say is you are going to love Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2.
Oh,
I'm gonna say.
shit.
Now I want to stream.
Very
it.
fun games. Very
Yeah.
two very different games, but also very fun.
Discord isn't the internet.
Wait.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
fun.
And
It's
you've
fun.
never
Yeah.
played those games?
No, I've never played KOTOR, which, by the way, I will be starting on Saturday. So if you want to
Oh.
watch some real shit go down, I know some of the story because I've read a lot of lore about
Yeah.
the Old Republic. When I was playing SOTOR, I had to like read a bunch about Revan and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about Pazak, frankly.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Do not bring
The
this
entire
up.
thing.
No,
Do not bring this into this happy place.
not Pazak.
I love Pazak.
Oh, I thought you said
You
pizza.
would love Pazak.
I hated Gwent, but I love Pazak.
Yeah, I'm very excited. That's like a whole we can talk about that
Yeah.
on the Discord for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm excited to figure out what that means. I'm excited about because for the last since the Stay Queer Spacetacular, when Miles and I were kind of like, well, how different are each of the gods? Like, you know, where do they have crossover? Are there parts of them that, you know, belong to other parts of other gods too? And so I've been thinking about that a lot. And tonight's kind of revelation that the Prime Claw is the Prime Claw because it, unlike most Solarians, allows you to access, you know, both sides of the Force more equally, right? I think that's a really cool thing that we just kind of
Figured it
made
out.
up.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad. Yeah.
And it was really cool. So I'm into
I
it.
was wondering if you were ever going to hit on that.
Yeah, well, I did. So
Well,
here we
yeah.
are.
She's
She
really,
hit on
really
it.
proud.
She hit on
No,
it real
because
good.
the thing is that like when I create something as a DM,
Yeah.
I have an idea, but that doesn't mean that that's what the thing ends up being. Because
Yeah.
what the truth ends up being is however the player interprets it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So no matter how much I think of a
Your
thing as
intent
a
was,
certain
yeah.
way, right? It's not as fun if I try to push that thing to be that way as
Yeah.
if I let you discover what that thing is for you.
Yeah.
And that doesn't
yeah.
that doesn't just go for like magical items, right? Or
Mhm.
like a special ability. That goes for enemies and allies
Relationships,
and
yeah, like everyone.
relationships and secrets about the world, right? I am constantly listening to you better than you're listening to yourselves very often. Because it's hard to be a player, right? That's not like a diss on you, right? Just your job is
Yeah.
to run around in the dark and do shit real hard, and my
Yeah.
job is to take it and kind of put it all together, right?
Well, it's also been really it's been strange because like we've talked about like the black butterfly a lot, right? And it wasn't really until I stopped and thought about it and wrote I've been deepening and writing all this block of lore so that I can share it with you guys on the Patreon this coming Monday. So look out for that. So Guardians of Logic will be live on Monday.
Yeah.
But thinking about like what the dark butterfly is for them and what Desna is and how those two things relate within these different packs. And they're very close. I mean, like we
Yeah.
said, they're really two sides of the same
Send
coin.
that to me so I can make sure that we aren't speaking two different languages.
Sure.
Yeah, just to make sure that I don't cross some straws. What's that
So
word?
I based all of it on what you had written and what I had written.
No,
so I'll
totally.
send it to you.
I'm just
you know,
curious.
but
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Spider says, SF a verse question. Miles, how do or don't you have at some level in your back pocket what caused the gap? What happened to imprisoned on Gorian God? And how does the Star Shard fit into this?
Big question.
So-
Ain't that
The
the
Star
crux of the
Shard?
game?
The Star Shard is the thing that is in the middle of Absalom Station that guides
right.
Right.
So I the first time I ran Starfinder was right after release, and two of these lovely people were in it, and pretty much that was what I went for at 100 miles an hour. I didn't realize I was going there until we were 3/4 of the way through. the season. And then we were there, and suddenly Galarian was back, and there were these semi-godlike creatures wandering the world who had escaped from it, and
Which I was.
and Helena's character was one of them. But
I didn't know.
to be honest with you, in this Spider, in this campaign, I have no idea. I know what happened pre-Gap in the areas that we're dealing with, right? And I could come up with 12 different answers for you, and they'd probably all be true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
My favorite part of this game was voicing a certain Bessie.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was cool.
That was my personal favorite part of the whole game.
A certain who?
Bessie. Besmara.
Oh, at the end there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fancy.
I'm fine. I love Besmara so much.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I love her conceptually,
So
and
do I.
fear what she means for
Yeah.
Kia and Amaruk's very different worldviews.
Well, I keep thinking about how similar Amaruk is to a ship captain. You're literally a captain, and you're constantly looking out for your crew,
Yeah.
for bettering your crew's
Yeah, yeah.
position in whatever way the position presents itself.
Wow.
So I think there will be a really strange, hypnotic symmetry, but it will be annoying first.
Yeah. I hear that.
Yeah, well, it's like they know. I think this is really about the entire crew, right? In terms of how we all sort of orbit each other. Like my feel, and I'd love to hear Chat's feel on this, is that like we all need pieces of each other. We need Jabby to counter Kia's passion for learning with like a sensibility, right? We need people like Kia and Castor to counter Amaruk's kind of bleeding heart aspects and be like, okay, I understand you're a dog, but like the world is more difficult and more complicated than that. And we've seen it personally. So maybe you adjust, you be more realistic. I feel like, Castor needs us because we care genuinely about Castor. And Castor, from what I know, I don't know much more than, what we've seen in the game so far, but Castor has been in a lot of situations where they've been used or just a cog in a machine, and so there are like lots of really lovely ways that I feel like we're all sort of carving and kneading each other while also contending with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really weird trying to understand group dynamics, especially when you're walking into them when they've been established, but also at a time when there's great change happening. And then
Yeah.
especially last episode, seeing wills collide really for the first time that I, Jabby, and Dexter have seen it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy, the energy in the studio today. And to really see like, oh yeah, Kia wants this, Amaruk really don't. What's gonna happen? And then just to see like, well, who would I actually side with? Because you're both making really good points.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting seeing the levels to which the group has bonded, and to see how now, at least it really to me feels like, oh, we're starting to see agendas.
Yeah. Well, like a really good example that I can think of is, when the Prime Claw was taken, right? And Amaruk didn't know she always knew that she was like a leader of her people in her backstory, right? That was the before times. Then she was sent out on this mission to try to solve a problem. She never thought she would be the one like ruling those people. Like that was never something Anne Richmond set out to be with this character initially. And it became that, and holding her, like, because of all the pressure that Miles has been gently applying to my psychological piece of coal to turn it into a diamond. She has not suddenly, she had over time been like, oh no, I must be more. I must be this bigger thing. And it took the shock of having Caster say, like, no, you're a person. And Kia say, like, you are the legacy. It's not a thing. And having, Jabby be kind and gentle with her in that moment, like, kind of reminded her that she's just a person amidst all these other things. Like, and I feel like they all do that for each other as they develop and grow in their abilities. It would be easy to get seduced by your strengths and growing skills. They need each other to just be people, in a way.
Yeah.
God, I love tabletop RPGs.
I love
Fuck,
tabletop
man.
RPGs.
So fun.
I need a smoke.
Well, you'll get one. I think that's us for this evening.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
was
man.
this was a good one.
Super good.
Congratulations,
Super good.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of everyone tonight, and chat was just like such a treasure this evening.
Yeah,
Y'all are
so
always
treasure.
the best.
Well, let's go around a little bit and give everybody a chance to shout out, and then we'll close out for the evening and raid somebody.
Yes.
Miles, why don't you take us into the shout out section?
Absolutely. I am Miles Duffield. I'm a professional game master. You can find more about me on the Discord or at milesduffield.com. I also stream 3 days a week at Geeks for Good. That is twitch.tv/geeks4good. And you can come hang out with me tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. Eastern time, and I think we're finally just gonna give up the ghost and play some Deep Rock again because I love it so
Hey,
much.
sounds good. I'll be there.
She'll be there. So come hang out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1:00 p.m. Eastern time. We actually had a cool thing happen this week. We had role-playing games on Geeks for Good again this Monday, which was super freaking excited. We had our session 0 of our Rangers only game. It was an absolute blast. So come hang out.
Awesome.
Fun.
All right, Parker.
Sure. Well, I'm Parker. Parker Wallace. I have a YouTube channel, which I will put right here in the chat. Bada bing, bada boom. I do singing. I'm putting some live performances on the YouTube channel. And I will also be putting up reaction vids, comic dubs, covers to songs, and other fun things that will pop into my head later, I'm sure. But yeah, that's me.
Do a sub.
Do a sub, do a like, and I will make more content. Because
Awesome.
I love making content.
Jabby, aka Dexter Warren, if you're
AKA
nasty.
traitor.
Also, I never brought this up, but when you said at the beginning of the show you called yourself, because you got caught in your own words, Dexter Warren Internet, and I wanted Internet to be your last name, but I didn't say anything at the
Mr.
time.
Internet.
Yeah, Mr. Internet.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like universe. I am
The
internet.
Warren Internets welcome you to their wedding.
Oh,
Anyways, I'm
God.
sorry. Continue.
I'm thinking about a wedding. Anywho, but before then, I am Afro Sundere on TikTok. Also, I post a lot of my videos from TikTok to Instagram. Some of them are a little, some of the ones that I don't post to Instagram stay on TikTok because they funny, but woof. And also, I am a travel agent. I know this is not the year for it, but hey, if you still gotta travel for work or whatnot, shoot me an email because we trying to save that business. But yeah. So toss a coin to your bitcher. So we out here. Much love.
Amazing. And Helena.
Hello, everyone. I'm Helena, also known as the Magic Llama Mood, or the Magic Llama on the internet. And I have a YouTube, and I post new videos every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern.
So tomorrow.
So go. Yes, it is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
It's
So
doing it
literally
happen.
every time I say this, there is a video going out.
The
tomorrow
next day.
at 12 p.m. Eastern.
Wow.
So go check it out. What is the video for tomorrow? I've had such a long week. I've filmed like 4 different things.
Good for you.
It's why I'm so exhausted. Don't recommend.
Don't recommend.
Sleep
Don't do this.
sometimes. Sleep sometimes if you
How-
can. Actually, yes, I do. It's let me just I'll tease it a little bit.
Oh.
Undertale. Revisiting Undertale.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Amazing.
I love
Been a
Undertale.
while.
But yes, I have a YouTube channel. Check it out. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. On Instagram, I post like life updates. On TikTok, I'm just a weeb like everybody else my age. That's it.
It's
It's
on
in
Weeb
chat.
Talk.
Fantastic.
And
I also.
lastly, sorry,
I'm
go
so
ahead.
sorry. I also want to shout out Shiz, who gave our overlay a little update this week.
Yes.
We're super grateful
Yes,
for the
Jones,
slightly,
oh.
just a little bit more cleanliness. It's nice,
Yes.
isn't it?
We're loving
So
it.
pretty.
Thank you
It's
so much.
So good.
Shiz has been out there helping all of us with our channels, and it is so appreciated. The fact that the things that you guys do and say like contribute to what we get to share back with everybody. It means so much. And it's one less thing to worry about. And we all appreciate it. So thank you so much. I am, as you know, Ann Richmond, or Hearthsinger, the head bard
Is that so?
the head bard in charge right here on this channel. If you new, please do us a follow and come back and hang out with the baby bards. I threw some links in chat to my YouTube where I put out a new video every single Wednesday. There are 2 that are new that have gone up this week, so go check those out. And then also my Patreon, if you're looking to get even more of these strange thoughts from my head, I do a weekly podcast on there that's patron only, as well as lots of other content. So I hope you will take a chance on all of us content creators out here and come be a part of the things we are putting into the world for you to enjoy. This is always such a great time for us as friends to come together, and it's truly a blessing that we get to share it with everybody in chat as well. So thank you for supporting us.
All right,
That's
y'all.
what I got.
Have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you next week, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday. Starfound!
Starfinder!